Someone's from Wales.
Still showing offline on Twitch.
It'll take a sec. Alright. Let's see if we can remember how to go through.
That game is so good.
We're streaming.
Hooray. What's this? What am I doing?
Oh no.
What's my
Oh
mouse
we
disappeared?
are. Oh my days.
Okay, right.
Oh, I love the overlay.
0 people are watching, which is concerning because I at least have clicked on.
Yeah, I just clicked as
Also
well.
Right. Is someone able to check what the hell is going on my Chrome?
Yeah,
To check
I'll mute y'all and check.
one of the channels. Seriously, my cursor's just disappeared.
All together. Talkie land lubbers.
Is it Control F5 to refresh?
Arr. Just F5, I think.
Oh. Okay, yeah, apparently we're live on the Rumbles. Hello, Rumble.
Hello, Rumble.
Rumble Bumble.
Yeah.
B. Rumble B.
Should that be the
Rumbleree.
Scooby-Doo? This is very difficult without a cursor. Is it's disappeared from everything. It's not just Chrome. Why? Oh yeah,
Wonderful.
You have
Royalty-free music. Set
Yes.
to,
The pristine.
the cheapest
Uh,
best we can get.
to set the what? The scene.
Yeah. Royalty Free was one of the most influential composers.
It's like on your iPod. Would have various artists was the biggest.
Yeah, various
single.
artists. Yeah, that, I think you worked with him. Yeah.
Angus has an echo. Carl has an echo. Oh, sorry, Desmond, we weren't paying attention. Hello, Desmond. I hope that I sound okay and I'm not echoing.
Am I super echoey?
Let me.
Oh, good point. I will attempt to do that without a cursor.
Yeah, it sounds like just like a double thing,
Entendre.
like it's coming from two sources. It's like very quick echo, like very quick, but it's sort of like two signals.
Someone with common sense, how do I disable that in Roll20?
Roll 20. So my settings on top right, like top to right, all the way, and then audio video.
Audio video
I
chat.
think, or is it?
I've got that sent all the way down.
Audio chat, master volume.
I don't think it's using it.
Uh,
It could be coming in from an alternate source. Hold up, let me just mute.
I don't usually put my mic through Roll 20, so I don't think that's it.
Could be something, couldn't it? Audio, video.
Is your sound exclusively from Discord? Is there no other
I
sources?
think it might be bringing in desktop audio, but
Maybe.
my cursor, I can't. Yeah, I can't get to it
Also,
because my cursor's disappeared. And even just searching for, why has my cursor disappeared? Yeah, why has my cursor disappeared? Windows. Yeah, it's not because the mouse is out of batteries.
Brum, bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Was it Rumble?
Yeah, we should be on there somewhere.
Ah.
Okay, it's it. I've got it in Task Manager. Has that just brought it back? Jeez. Right, okay, I fixed that, which means that I can now go... Okay, this should remove the...
Test.
Does that remove the echo now? Cams are frozen. Yeah, that will be the case because I had to fiddle around for the stuff.
Wait, one more test.
Okay, audio echo should be gone and cameras should be working.
I think it's okay.
I've not done anything. Am I still getting echo? It may just be my room.
Bragging about how
No,
big and
we're
spacious
good.
your room is there. Oh, yeah.
We are
No,
good.
just how sparse it is.
Sounds good. Okay. Well, we problem solved.
Oh god, I need to mute the screen. I was so confused. Why was there so many people talking? And the stream
Fantastic.
sound
Thank
on.
you, Desmond. Okay, so did you check Rumble there, Carl?
I
Does
did.
it meet
yes.
I
your
can't
satisfaction?
get on Rumble because apparently
It's playing.
has banned Rumble or something like that. Or, no, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I think there was something
Almost
about copyrights or something with some European countries. And then YouTube is the final one to test. And then, hey, then we'll be ready for half past.
Somebody?
I was only checking Twitch, so if anything else fucked up.
I mean,
Rumble's on is fine.
yeah, Twitch is the main one by far, so that's all good.
Yeah, YouTube's working fine for me.
Yep, YouTube's working. Okay, we are good from stream point of view. Have you all seen the new overlay?
I have. It's
In
very good.
Cams
In
are
particular,
frozen for me as well. Except Angus.
Yeah. Angus is moving, everyone else is frozen.
That's weird.
Which is interesting.
Doop doop.
Cool. Right.
Oh,
Okay,
I like the way
I'm
it
back.
cycles through the characters.
Desmond should be back, and Carl should be back.
Are we all ready to begin?
Yay!
Please excuse our technical difficulties. So we find ourselves on board the Pleasant Breeze, sailing east from Promethea to the colonies of Arinor. And this is where we find our players. The voyage has been long. 6 weeks have passed since their departure from the royal city of Diminos, capital of the Diminid Empire. Now, I don't know if you guys want to just sort of skip through the voyage and get there, or if you want to do some RP stuff on the voyage. But so, I'll leave that up to you
I'm
guys.
happy for either. I'm just getting a piece of paper to write down some notes because I'm going to forget all of this.
As long as we do character introductions at some point,
Yeah.
I don't care where we do it.
How
What
about-
is the
we-
voyage like?
Yeah.
Well, we will. I tell you what. Let's see what happens. So you boarded in the royal city of Diminos. Captain of the vessel is a Captain Winston Blythe. First mate is a dark-haired, deeply tanned woman called Jaya Marcio. Over the first few days of the voyage, you learn that she is respected absolutely amongst the crew, and new hands who dared to make any sort of lewd comment about her is quick to correct their behaviour or their tenure aboard the ship is very short-lived. The very first day you boarded the ship, one of the new hands made a comment before you'd even left port, and he was not on the ship when you left port. So one of the other men that you would have come into quite a lot of contact with over the voyage would have been the cook, a man called Gerald Uvid. Small man with really sort of thick, long arms and just covered in coarse, dark hair, really thick, dark mustache, no beard. No one's quite sure if he's just a really thick, short, long-armed man, like human, or if he is a dwarf, or if he's just got some dwarf lineage in there. Very, very strange little man. Awful cook. Absolutely horrible cook. I don't know why he is the cook aboard this vessel. You also run into a young lad, a young hand, just pretty quiet, shy kid called Roland. So about 2 weeks into the voyage, out on the deck, it's okay. A few clouds in the sky to the east, and you see the familiar sight of another ship which had left the royal city of Diminos the same day as you, apparently headed to Arinor as well on their own business. Some time passes and you hear a shout out from the crow's nest, and your attention is brought to your direction of travel. Seemingly from nowhere, the few clouds you had just seen had darkened and thickened, and over the next few hours they continued to grow and darken even further until you start to see the first flashes of lightning. And before long, it is upon you. The ship becomes a hive of activity, sails being pulled in. Roland, you see him pulling on one of the ropes and trying to lash it around the pins, and the sail flicks and he starts getting pulled. Does anyone want to do anything? Could be interactive. Let's do it. Is anyone on deck? Who wants to?
Yeah, one of the heroes do something.
Yeah.
This sounds like a you thing, Carl.
Me? I don't know. I'll watch.
Something's never changed in the script. I will jump to his aid, Angus.
All right. First roll of the campaign. Give me a athletics check.
Athletics. Easy peasy. Have to load up my screen. So I didn't have anything open for this. Alrighty. Where are we?
I will say during the storm and as somebody's about to die and all that stuff, I'm just in the stairwell fucking with something.
Yeah, it turns out I don't do well in storm situations. My inner ear infection has been affecting my
dice
athletics. I've been on deck throwing up for the last 24 hours. just see this disaster happen as I lift my head up from the bucket.
You dive for the end of this rope as it starts to pull young Roland over the edge of the ship, and you miss entirely. Roland screams as he disappears into the roiling water below.
What time of day is it? Is it night?
It's
light?
late evening, but the cloud cover and the storm have taken it to almost night time.
Right,
It's end of day for all
of the visibility.
I'm assuming we got some kind of orientation on board. So would I know where some kind of life preserver or a bell or something is for me to raise the alarm? Or should I just start shouting?
Yeah. there is a bell. There's no there's not particularly health and safety conscious. There aren't designated life buoys around. Generally, it's if you go over, well, just don't go over.
OSHA does not have a strong presence on this ship.
No.
Do I
would
see
definitely say so.
any sturdy-looking sailors or mysterious-looking individuals?
Sailors.
Right.
Mysterious-looking individuals. Carl, are you on deck?
I actually am. I don't think I would be. I can be, but I don't think I would be.
I was picturing you sitting off to the side as he flies off, just drinking a beer.
It'd be cool if he gets it. Oh no, never mind.
I'll gesture and start yelling while attempting to keep my lunch down to some nearby deckhands to do something boat related for saving this man's life.
You shout and you get the attention of some of these deckhands, but you can see that they're both hauling onto the rope that they both got held of it for absolute dear life.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. It is a storm that's taking people upon. Okay, can I see the guy in the water? Or is he...
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. It's not the best day for this guy.
Okay. The water is just so choppy and rough. There's spray and foam. It's just not the sort of water you want to be falling into. You can't see Roland, unfortunately. As the moments pass, you realise chances of finding him grow slimmer still. As the storm continues and people continue to just battle against this storm on this ship and keep you from sinking, you see across again where the familiar ship that left at the same time of you, and it seems to be listing
towards
as the no, just sort of leaning in the water, and as sort of the lightning flashes and it sort of lights the ocean and the ship and your ship, and every time the lightning flashes you see it sort of get progressively worse and further over until it is gone.
Like it sinks?
Yeah.
Okay.
So similar size ship to ours?
Yeah.
So a good
Maybe
few
slightly smaller.
people on board.
Yeah, you would expect so. There's a significant volume of people.
Wow.
Here's the question: is the lightning coming down in any like measurable cadence?
Well, like a rhythm?
Yeah.
It's pretty sort of natural lightning, just flashes here and there, a couple at the same time, maybe a few seconds without any. And it's just there's no sort of regularity to it. Just a ship overtaken by the storm.
Okay. Well, I've got no intention.
Shame for Jerry or whatever his name was.
Jared, nothing like his name.
The first three names all of you have written down, you've now had to cross one of them off. Four names.
Okay, so ship's in a bad way, other ship's sunk. Gun's got no interest in dying at sea. I will utter a curse and a prayer for the very many dead people. Stagger over to the people who are struggling with the rope and lend a hand in just copying what they're doing. Can I see anyone else on deck that's like not really doing anything, like a swab boy or someone I could send down below to get more people to come and help?
I'll say down in whatever like stairwell goes down into the ship. You can see a rather flamboyant tiefling guy. Looks like he's trying to time his entrance with a lightning strike, but like he keeps going and he stops and then tries to guess. He's not helping the situation at all, but he wants to make a dramatic entrance.
But you can see Gunt towards this towards the back of the ship where
Sorry, I was playing with the audio on my phone.
the the ship's wheel, the first mate, Jaya, she's just absolutely windswept, rain dashing across her face, and she's just staring head fast to the east, battling against the waves and the wheel, keeping the course true. You don't see the captain.
What's the atmosphere like on a shipwreck? Like, how many people's on deck? Like, how busy is it? What's going on? Like, overall,
Well, it's pretty busy on the ship at the moment with the storm. You got the majority of the crew on deck.
like all hands on deck kind of
Yeah,
situation.
exactly. All hands on deck, trying to just get the sails in a state so that they can survive the storm and not just be just torn apart and battening down the hatches and all those other nautical terms. But yeah, so that was
What was the captain's name? Sorry.
Captain Winston Blythe.
Winston. Right. He's a human, or
He is a human, yeah.
right. I guess you see a
It's
big.
quite sort of a largely human ship.
Mhm.
Perfect. I stand out.
Yeah, I guess you see like a large sort of 6'4", bald, bearded. Don't look at Angus for reference. Human. Dressed in sort of very leathery, but like I think decent sort of clothes. Come out from the underdeck. And he's, what was it, Winston?
Winston is the captain,
Winston.
yes.
Is there? Winston, are you going to get me killed? He's just sort of looking around, like, what's going
up
on here?
deck.
Yeah. He's like, just come on, like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, the captain is not on deck, but you also then see Jaya manning the wheel, steadfast and true.
I'm gonna look around. Who looks like they're struggling the most?
Well, you see, Michael, would you like to describe what he sees on the rope you are assisting on?
Assumedly, a very sick and confused looking dwarf, trying to be useful and not getting in the way. Tall for a dwarf, but not excessively so. Broad for a dwarf, but not entirely from too much food and beer. With dark hair, a relatively short beard, by choice, and a very broad set of shoulders that seem completely ineffective at struggling against the storm, slipping and sliding, and generally looking a little bit out of his element.
I'm gonna approach that dwarf, and just sort of like, without even paying attention to his existence, just grab the rope and just sort of hold on to it strongly.
Right, go ahead and roll me an athletics check. Yeah, with the addition of a sickly dwarf and a large human man,
Best
the rope is quickly pulled to tightness and lashed off on the ship's pins, and they head off and start doing other stuff, helping other people on other ropes, and before long the storm has passed. You've sailed through the other side, and it quickly clears up again, and it's pretty bright and sunny evening at this point.
Just before the storm clears up, you still see that tiefling trying to do his thing and like time it, and then like you know, maybe it's a mirage, maybe it's part of the storm or whatnot, but you also see 3 other sort of figures, like vaguely with them that you can't really tell. But they both look kind of half elvish, with like lightning in their eyes and a small little white, like winged lizard creature, and they all seem to be discussing almost like a theater troupe, right? You can see the tiefling go, "Okay, bam, stop, yeah," and then like looks over to the other 3, and they're like nodding and gesticulating and all that, just jazz. And then he tries to go for one more, and then the storm just kind of dies down. He's like, "Ah, fuck." He just walks out.
Just awkwardly shuffles across.
Yeah. He still looks kind of regal. He has mannerisms similar to like Jeff Goldblum, just kind of like standing there, kind of swaying.
He's now just Death Goldblum in my head.
That works.
Okay, so Storm is we're out of immediate aquatic danger. We think.
Yeah, there's no sort of immediate danger at the moment. Time will continue to pass. 2 weeks into a 6-week voyage, I don't think we're going to up here the whole. Or were we you in the midst of something and just clarifying something with me? Sorry, my
No.
other half just mentioned.
Either or. So I'll turn to the tall, bald, strong guy who helped out. Give a curt dwarven nod of appreciation.
He just sort of looks at you. And he just looks away.
You.
Gives a human nod of appreciation.
Begin to speak and just gesture and turn and throw up a prodigious amount of vomit.
Oh. The tiny man is not feeling well, huh?
No. It doesn't agree with me. This. You've seen the captain?
We'll go look for him. I'm not sure. Whoever you would send your scout.
I look a bit confused. Look down at the sick. Decide it's not worth cleaning up and start to walk off. Looking for the captain.
What about this?
A
As
gift
you know that-
with my regards.
I'm not cleaning that up, and I'm walking sort of behind him.
With the storm seeming to have abated and the ship feeling a lot calmer, you do see the captain sort of saunter onto deck after a couple of minutes. Quite young, probably maybe early 30s, like late 20s. Sort of a bit Horatio Hornblower, if you have ever watched any Hornblower. Sort of long dark hair tied back in his nice sort of sailor's outfit. Just very proud of his aesthetic, I suppose. And he comes up on deck and sort of walks across and sees the vomit on the floor, and you hear him calling out, "Roland! Bernard!" So where is that boy?
I think he flew off the ship earlier.
Whoa, what the hell are you?
I am him.
Yeah,
You're
fell
not
off.
Roland.
Fell off the
No,
ship.
I'm not. Oh yeah. During the storm, we, you know.
Last. My sister will not be pleased.
Was he in important.
Someone.
Ah, shame.
Find someone to clean this up now, then.
Who did it?
Staunches
And I
off.
point out the dwarf.
Staunches off towards the back
You
of the
point
ship.
at the
You
dwarf
see
and
him.
I point at you. You look like a manual laborer. Go, clean up the stick.
I am
He's-
not
he's-
your
he's-
laborer.
Pretty much dismissed you at this point. He's off up
Would have
towards
just
the end.
was
but
wondering.
Fail.
take a go at the wheel from Giant. See her sort of come down, muttering to herself as she passes, wringing her hair out.
I turn towards the weird creature. What? Seriously, what are you? You some sort of an abomination?
I think at the moment I classify as a traveler. Although I am a bard if you want some performances. Costly, of course, but it's fine.
What's
You
with
get
the
the maid's
horns?
rate. Part of the aesthetic. Think about it. We've barely spoken and you already remember my face.
Oh, I remember your face. Straight from hell.
As long as it sticks in your mind.
Interesting.
I take a good look at this boring motherfucker. What does he look like? What do you look like, Casimir?
Oh, very big, very muscly.
No, wait, never mind.
without-
He's
yeah.
beautiful. I forgot he looks like
Yeah.
a...
Without, you don't need to sort of look at him too long before you sort of realize he's got a sort of insignia of like a military rank of sorts on his shoulder. He's 100% some sort of a soldier. Big ass great sword on his back, and he's got a little sort of a fancy looking hatchet on the side. In terms of his actual appearance, yeah, he's 6'4", so very tall. He's sort of in that in his like mid-30s in terms of complexion, but he's probably a weathered mid-30s on the face. Quite somewhat pale skin, auburn hair. And he's got very sort of deep brownish red eyes. That sort of burgundy brown kind of color.
Okay. The eyes have sold me. As a player, I love him.
What does your character look like?
Yeah, it's a white tiefling, glowing red eyes, long, kind of wavy, which even with all the storm and everything doesn't look wet. It's still just kind of just like doing its thing, looking majestic. It's got two big fuck off horns and then a singular one up front. And
Try
yeah, you try one. He's a big fan of the hats as well. And he's also got this mantle piece with like really elaborate like gold pieces, and then like a big long flowing red cape. And he bows as if something is describing him, something unheard.
Breaking the
You look
fourth
like what the children back at home get. What do you call it? Pox. Is that what
a
you are?
musician? If that's a musician, then yes.
Yes. The musician.
Gunt is
Hey,
looking
what
very
about you,
confused
you
at this
footstool?
conversation.
What about the gnome?
Jotting notes down.
Fox's heavy metal band back where I come from.
What about the gnome, eh?
Oh, a gnome! Fantastic! I've never seen one before.
He's looking at the door.
Bit fatter than I would have thought.
I'd wager you You won't be seeing one today.
Why not?
It gives you a very stubborn glare.
Ooh.
I squint at you. No, I think I see one.
He does a very deep sigh. It is a pleasure to meet you both. I am Gant. I am a dwarf.
Oh, so you're not a fat fairy. Okay. I am Casimir. We'll see if it's a pleasure. It's too early to tell.
I suspect it may be a while before we are able to come to that conclusion.
It could be.
Well, this has been truly enlightening, but I've made quite a mess on deck and should probably see to that. It'll
What did
no
you
doubt
just call
be an
me?
improvement on this experience so far.
Well, did you
I
just
think
call
he
me a
called you
light thing?
cunt. Whatever that means.
Did you just call me a light thing?
A light thing? A what?
You said I have been a light thing? I'm not sure what you meant.
I look over at Zero.
You look over at Zero and you think exactly maybe a thought is passing through his head. Not much more than that.
I wasn't expecting you to be the one I would not have an issue understanding. The flamboyant tiefling.
He's still trying to figure out what a gunt is. It sounds insulting, but Twitch safe at the same time.
But there is surely enough work for all of us to help, given that a young man has lost his life today.
Oh, is that what happened?
Eyebrows raised.
Sorry, I was downstairs.
I noticed.
I was on the stairs, but I was looking on my intro. It's very important. I would have done so now, but it's a little late. You know, halfway through the conversation.
Oh no! I think it's perfectly reasonable when we're discussing a young man who's died. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. He takes a couple steps back, stabs his sword, which is like a rapier longsword looking thing, into the ground, puts his tome on top of it, and then the area directly around him in like a 5-foot square, if you want to use technical terms, kind of like goes sepia tone, you know, like black and white basically. And he takes this really dramatic pose and then opens his eyes, and it's the only color you can see in the 5-foot square, but in the area. And he says, "I am Zero. I am nothing. I am a new beginning. I am the end of all things. I am him." And then he holds that for a while until he gets a reaction.
I'll take my time.
Yeah, Casimir's just looking at him, sort of like, how long is he going to stand like that?
He simply holds it. He flexes a little bit. He has a very tight shirt on. He flexes.
Oh, you can put them down. It's okay.
All right.
I don't want to.
Whatever.
Hear the
looks
sound of
scary.
flexing behind me and just pick up my pace.
Yeah, big billowy like cape, and then a very skin tight, like, you know, compression shirt basically. Fine. He picks up his stuff and leaves. I will work on that one.
Okay. So, well, the dwarf seems to be more normal than that thing. At least.
You're standing there talking to yourself.
Oh, wait, I'm alone? Oh. Oh, crap.
That's what he actually says, right?
Oh.
I will clean up my vomit, for I am a conscientious guest above this.
For I am him.
I'm assuming I don't need to roll.
Casimir's gonna approach the dwarf. He's be like, what was that? What was that thing about? What is he, the chosen one? What did he say? I didn't.
Just scrubbing sick on a day. Just the shadow appears and starts ranting. Hey,
little guy.
To you.
The little guy. Gnome.
No, dwarf.
Yes, you're very persistent, aren't you?
Yes, I'm just really curious. What the hell was that thing? It had 3 horns. Did you see it? Was that the? Where did it come? Like,
Would 3 be particularly more strange than 2? A horn is a horn.
so. It takes a few seconds. Yeah, I think so because. Well, cows and bulls and things, they have 2, so that's a little bit more normal, but not saying that's normal. That's very weird, but 3? I don't remember seeing an animal having 3.
That is... He looks up from his script. That is frustratingly logical. He's a tiefling. They have the stuff.
Oh, the pox.
I'm not too sure that word means what you think it means.
The disease that the children get, the skin kind of looked like it.
The heavy metal band, yes.
I'm not familiar with such an illness, but if you say so, then...
well, it's popular back home.
I don't believe that it is something he's caught or can pass on. I think that's just how he looks.
Just the way he is, eh?
Sure. Make yourself useful and pass me that bucket.
Make myself useful?
It might be something new to
Who
try.
are you to tell me?
I've already introduced myself. I am someone trying to be reasonably productive at the moment. You might... just inviting you to join me in that endeavour.
Alright, Mr. Nice Guy, and just sort of moves it with his foot. the bucket.
Wonderful. Don't hurt yourself now. I'm going to rinse off the remainder of my handiwork, and stand up and crack my back and twitch my neck and breathe in some nice salt air, trying to ignore the man stood next to me. I actually feel quite a bit better now, actually, after that storm. It's funny that. It goes from the bad to the slightly better. You're not one for philosophical considerations. There are you, Mr. What was this? I don't think I caught your name.
What did you call me?
Well, that's what I'm asking about, actually. I'm trying to figure. What would
Did
you
call
like me?
Phil something?
I cannot believe that I would have done that. No, you didn't.
Well, I heard that you
No
called
longer
me Phil.
talking,
Phil.
it's just Michael.
Phil.
Phil.
Phil. Fucku.
I have no doubt that someone may have shouted that at you while walking down a passageway somewhere, but it wasn't me.
Oh, listen here. I'm not going crazy, okay?
That is.
I heard you say something, but my name is Casimir. You better note that down and not get it wrong next time.
Well, I will make sure, Phil, if I can move, that I get Casimir written down and correct.
Thank you.
From now on. It's
the least you can do.
I will make haste immediately to my bunk, and I'll find it and I will write it down in extra nice writing for you. Okay. You have a wonderful rest of the day now.
Okay, Mr. Dwarf.
That's absolutely fine.
Dwarf.
Gunt, dwarf, whatever. It's It's all the same.
Oh, you're the one that called yourself a cunt. I didn't say it.
How
Your words, not mine.
dreadfully original of
But
you.
if you want me to call you cunt, then that's fine.
I will. It's probably best if you just don't call me in general. I'll see you. It's 6 weeks time, right? Was it 4?
Okay.
Yes.
I won't. I'll stay
Well,
out of
roughly
your
4
way,
foot
cunt.
It's going to be a fun campaign, guys.
Bye, cunt.
And I will attempt to retreat downstairs if at all possible.
I'm embracing it.
I'll probably be looking for something to replace the breakfast that I have lost. Is there a galley of some kind? Social gathering area?
Downstairs, there's the area where the majority of the other passengers, there's many passengers on board. There are a few. There's an elderly human man. Keeps himself pretty much shut away in his cabin. He has forked out for a private room. You saw when he was brought on board, he went into his room with just a long wooden box, 6 foot long, that was taken into his cabin. And he very rarely came out of his cabin. It was for meal times and really only to collect his food and then head back into the cabin. Towards the end of the voyage, he did come out and sit in the common area that his cabin opened into, as did some of the other cabins. And he would be just sat transcribing something from a book to another book, always sort of with his eye on his cabin door. Makes no effort to engage with anyone, and pretty blankly ignores any attempts for any of the other passengers to make conversation.
He had the right idea.
Yeah, there's just a comically large, like Luxodon man. He's a cleric, a priest, I should say, of a priest of Cord, and he is on his way to New Diminos to help set up a Temple of Cord in the city. Pretty much it. There's you guys and a woman with her child, who is like you, heading to the coastal town mall, sort of round to the south of Cutler Bay. It's strange to a certain extent, and to the other members of the crew and to the other passengers, that the path the ship's taking isn't going to New Diminos first. It's going to Cutler Bay first, and then going to New Diminos. And there's been a lot of discussion amongst the other passengers as to why it's going that way, and amongst the crew as well, to be honest. But the captain said that's the direction they go in, and it's just the way it is.
Casimir's gonna have a problem. He's gonna go to see the captain.
For the 10th time.
Do you knock on his cabin door, or just sort of storm in?
Does it have the name written on the door?
No, but it's the captain's cabin. It's well known where that.
He sort of knocks and he's like, "I am captain."
Yes, Mr. cahoot?
Well, I heard a lot of talking on the ship, and frankly, I seem to be the most concerned. Why aren't we going to the Diminus?
Looks at his
We're
script.
not going
My favourite
to
character so far.
New Dimenos first because I was ordered by I think it was your armor over and your insignia over one of your superiors that was going to be where we would be dropping you off post haste.
Sorry, what? That's. So this is the end question.
Cutler Bay is the town that you were in.
Oh
Before you
right,
came
I
back.
thought. Okay, no, I didn't actually get the names for that.
Gotcha.
Right, okay.
Yeah, sorry, no, that was on me for not filling you in on that. But
That's
yeah,
fine,
so
that's fine.
New Dimenos is sort of like the major Diminid Empire outpost in Arinor. Los Oros is I've forgotten the name of the other country now, but it's the country to the south of the Diminid Empire on the western coast, eastern coast of Promethea. But yeah,
Right.
in terms of on the map that you guys are on at the moment, this is where you are headed.
So my objective was Cutler Bay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I assumed there was
You
Diminus.
don't have a problem with that going there.
Yeah. Oh right, yes.
And in fact,
Yes.
neither do the woman and her child because they're visiting family in Cutler Bay, so they're quite happy to be going there first. Towards the end of the voyage, you're getting sort of into the last couple of days, and on a really clear day, you can just see the very, very faintest shapes of land on the horizon. Just ever so slight little peaks, just almost sort of just distortions on the horizon at this point. And as you edge closer over the coming days, you start seeing landforms, and it's just one landform as you look at it across the horizon. But as you start to get closer, you start seeing that there are islands to the south and a steady mainland to the north. And as you get closer to the islands, the crew's demeanor changes, and a number of them shift from just normal carousing on the deck to manning swivel guns that are on the fore and aft on both sides. As that day sort of progresses, you do hear at one point the faint sound of cannon fire. And again, very, very faint on the horizon. You can see what appears to be two ships engaged in combat. And before you get particularly close, one of the ships sails off from the first. Not too long after that, the ship that was left in the water just explodes into a massive ball of flame. The
I
escaping
love
ship
this place.
disappears into the island before you are able to sort of get any closer, really. And as you sail past the island, there's just dozens and dozens of these small islands, some larger, lots of just sort of very, very small islands, and it would just be an absolute maze in there. I mean, you do hear the captain, bloody pirates. And the crew are quite on edge throughout the rest of this portion of the journey, because it's a rough stretch of sea here between the sort of Ragged Point and Cutler Bay. But you are able to pass through. The captain has, through luck or skill, has managed to avoid any sort of pirate incursions. The ones who had recently made off with the spoils of war were more concerned on getting themselves to safety and home and getting their loot to safety than they were taking on a second ship.
Zero has taken all credit for our safe sailing.
Now you get towards Cutler Bay, into the bay that Cutler Bay is the bay of.
Bay. How many
And
times did
it
you say
sort of
bay?
comes into sort of around midday when you get into sort of anchor position in Cutler Bay, and the woman with her child, they're getting their stuff ready, as the three of you are. And you make your way up on deck, and you see the captain stood on the deck side. It's the rail, looking in the direction of Cutler Bay, and through his spyglass. Very odd. Guy, can you get some of the men to lower a boat? It doesn't look like they're sending one.
Who's not? What? They're not sending a boat for me.
Well, no, it doesn't appear to be. Obviously, usually it was.
I give it here, and I grab the telescope of it.
All right. By all means, have a look. There's no boat coming.
What can I see? Like looking at the.
Roll me a
Bay?
perception check.
Are you holding the spyglass the correct way?
I am. I actually am.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh,
so
first time lucky. Look at that.
you can see Cutler Bay.
Sorry,
Come,
Angus.
wasn't it?
I've just got. Look at me. I am the captain now.
Well, you look through the spyglass, and you can see the town of Cutler Bay, but it doesn't quite look the way you left it. You can see scorch marks on some of the rooftops, and Captain's right. There is no boat. You remember from your voyage back to Promethea, when you boarded the ship in Cutler Bay, that because of the size of the ship and the depth of the water close to the actual town along the actual coastline here, the ships can't get in very close, so they have to do a lot of ferrying backwards and forwards by rowboat. And what would normally happen is that a boat would be sent from the dock to the ship to take people on there, take paperwork, all that sort of stuff, start taking passengers, start taking cargo, whatever they need to. But there's no boat on the water, and if you look through the spyglass, you can't see much movement of any sort on the dock. And when you did roll a natural 20, so you do see some movement, but definitely not the sort of movement and activity that you would expect to see on there.
I'm gonna put the spyglass like sort of against his chest, give it back to him, and alright. Well, one of two things happened: either something bad happened, or Vlade just went on a spree again. I'm not sure. It was probably Vlade, honestly. I should probably take a boat or something.
How loudly is
You
this
got a boat for
conversation
me?
happening?
It's not like that. The captain's not talking particularly quietly. He's sort of shouting
I'm
across
not
the
either.
ship to Giant.
Is Casimir talking?
No, he's fully like loud
Bellowing.
conversation.
Can I see the state of the mother and child from where I am on the deck?
They seem fine. They're not particularly wealthy. You go. They've probably scraped together most of their savings to come on this trip, presumably to start anew in Arinor with family who've already come over.
But they're not. Don't seem visibly disturbed by Casimir's theories.
I missed the series. What were they?
Oh, they
That something bad has happened,
the
or
daughter looks a little bit concerned, and the mother's trying her best not to seem concerned.
Okay. So
Reassuring
after
her daughter.
I have one question. Are there like cans in this world, like carbonated cans? Can them?
Carbonated cans? No, I'd say they're probably glass bottles, but not carbonated cans.
Then it makes a similar sound to this. But standing next to Casimir after he says the town's all fucked up, Zero just open up a bottle and say, "The town looks fucked up. Let's go to a different one. I want a town, not a fucking destroyed one."
No, it's not destroyed. It is, but it's probably Vlad. It's fine. It's like he probably didn't kill everybody. I told him not to. If he did, then he's in fucking trouble.
Angus, while this is happening, can I walk over to the mother and little girl, and kneel down and say. There's something, but it sounds very creepy. I think actually.
Roughly whispers in the Black Country accent. Don't worry.
It's really hard to say anything in the Black Country accent without sounding menacing. Now, wench, don't you worry. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you while I'm here. I say, have you heard of Midyad? To the little girl.
Yeah.
Do you know what they make in Midyad?
No,
Well,
nothing. It was been abandoned for hundreds of years.
I look up at the mum. Well, you're very well informed on that fact. The spirit of Midyad persists, however.
She reads like you wouldn't believe. I don't know how she does it. I can't read.
Evidently, it is a trait worth inculcating in her. What I was perhaps clumsily trying to get at, my well-read wench, is that the dwarves of Midyad were famous for making many things, one of which, and I'll reach into my bag. I didn't clear this with you, Angus, but I think it's fairly standard given my setup. And I'll pull out a very small little clockwork toy of dwarven craft.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much covered in your abilities to do in your class anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. And I will hand it to the child. It's a small pig that, when you wind it up, walks and then sits down. And why don't you show your mum how it works? Maybe in the common area downstairs. And attempt to hint at the mum that I'm encouraging her to take the child away from the discussion that's going on over my shoulder. About why
she nods and guides the child back out of earshot. Just over by some barrels that are being loaded up from the cargo deck.
I'll stand up and return to listening to Zero complaining about the state of the city, the town. So
yeah, Zero's at this point turned around, like facing inwards towards the ship, leaning back on the ballast or whatever the fuck the railing's called, with his drink. Sure, he
it doesn't
doesn't
take
know.
long before a longboat has been lowered from the side of the ship into the water, and you're being gestured down to the boat.
He'll see this and like wave the manual labor towards him to like follow. But then as he's walking, he's just kind of holding his drink and be like, there was this story about this like going away. There's a whole big deal, but there was a town with an evil alchemist, right? Totally fucked the place over. If we do that, can we just keep this town? It's a new world, right? Is that how that works? Takes a sip.
Did you say keep this town?
Yeah. Can we be the mayors or the kings or the regents or whatever they're called here?
Well,
Ours, perhaps. That's always fun to say.
well, if there was gonna be, well, okay, let me put it this way: if the mayor of there's no mayor
Suddenly
in this
dies,
little
yes.
village, but if there was a mayor and he died, it'd be probably me that would take over. Honestly,
He takes a very good look at you, and then continues.
You're a weird thing.
Thank you. He bows and then jumps backwards onto the ship, hopefully making it.
I'll walk up to the captain. Pardon me, Captain. Could I borrow that looking glass?
Casimir's going to make
you
a
for
way to
asking.
the boat, by the way.
What was that, Angus? Was that a yes or a no?
It was a yes.
Uh,
Just thanks you for asking and we'll hand it over.
much obliged. Can I
Staring
scan?
hard at Casimir as he's trying down into the boat. Just as his head disappears below the deck. He's just like,
Can I scan the horizon away from the coast for any ships that are leaving the area? Or signs of ships, debris,
you
flotsam,
can.
etc.
Roll me a perception check.
It will be done.
I'm glad somebody's competent. It's like, I plan to play an idiot. Hopefully the other two can carry.
Well,
Okay. Not
I'm
too
sort of an
shabby,
idiot, but
14.
sort of not.
No, you can see from the map read the route you've come in along that sort of dotted line. Pretty much the route that any ship would have had to take out. So the only ships you'd seen were probably around here.
Okay,
So
right.
Ragged
Yeah.
Point.
So,
Right.
so that's
Right.
Earlier in the
Okay,
the previous day.
cool.
Yeah, hadn't seen any other ships
And can
for
I
the rest of this journey.
just check on the map from Cutler Bay? Can I, above the tree line, see anything of this volcano to the northeast? It was just
Yeah, it would be
top
visible on the horizon, sort of. What am I saying? Be about 5 days travel to get to
okay.
the base of it, and then another. It's sizable, but you can still see the mountains beyond. There they are, a couple of
Damn
days
that
away.
music.
That's volcano
Definitely
looking at
volcano.
music, that is.
Volcano music.
Okay, I'll just make a little note of that, 5 days. And then hand the hourglass back with a much appreciative thank you.
Might skip this track just because it is wide.
Intended. Just as Casimir is
Not the real- not the-
single-handedly
not
rowing his way.
Yeah, single-handedly. I'm in the same boat, but he's doing all the work.
That's
You're
just
stood
the
on
sound
the prow of the ship with wind.
Casimir's hearing as he's rowing, just
I'm being the figurehead. It's a very important
soundtrack to
job.
his life.
I know I'm the bard. Somebody else can play the music. That sounds like labor. I'm gonna be the figurehead because it's very important.
Wait, have you guys left on the boat?
Yes.
Okay.
Once Casimir got on board, I gave the go ahead.
I'll watch from a distance.
So who's on the boat? Is it?
It's not Casimir rowing. It's there is a crew member. They're not
Okay.
just giving you their boat.
Right.
I have
And
misunderstood.
it's Casimir on the boat, the mother and the child, right? And then
Yeah, well,
Zero.
as Casimir's climbed in, Zero's climbed in and set himself up on the prow of the boat. While Gunt has been having a look through the looking glass, the mother and the child have started to clamber down into the boat as well. Doesn't appear that there's been a massive amount of choice given the voyage was, or the passage was to the town. Doesn't seem to give a shit what's going on in the town. He's been paid to deliver you to Cutler Bay, and you are being delivered to Cutler Bay.
Fine. It's more so the company on the boat than any risk that's putting Gunt off. But that volcano is very appealing, so I will clamber down last, I guess.
As you climb into the boat. So, hear me out. Once we take over this town, we rename it from Cutler Bay or whatever the fuck it is to Hero's Landing.
Who's the hero?
One thing I want. Can I?
I'm the hero. Where I come from, the Z is silent. Yes.
What's everyone's
Are
passive
you-
perceptions?
Passive perception.
12.
Probably not a lot.
Right, teacher's pet.
14.
Is it because you're like the chosen one?
Your words, not mine.
13.
No, they were
please,
your
Mr.
words,
Angus.
I think. Actually.
Oh, you just said them. It's barely something you just...
no apparent reason.
No, yeah, I
He
said
just
them
say them.
because I believe you said them before.
I didn't say anything like that.
Hey, don't you gaslight me now.
What? Do gaslighters exist in this world?
I don't know. Don't you,
Well, you know what? I agree with your sentiment.
don't you
because
oil
not
lamp me
only-
now.
Oil lamp me.
Oh, bloody oil lamp. in a bit.
Yeah. Hero's Landing is a perfect name regardless. We're all heroes, right? On this journey of life.
It's a bit overdone, isn't it? Heroes Landing. I think there's a few of them. Maybe we should see what
Oh,
the state
yeah,
of the
maybe.
actual town is before we start filling in the paperwork to have it renamed.
You're right. We could probably find a better location. How about the top of that volcano? That seems very dramatic.
Yeah, you go there. Have fun.
Fuck off.
Jump in. Have a swim. You'll be fine. It's an interesting
So,
thing.
cunt. Are you one of those? You seem different than the kind of dwarves that my father used to tell me about. You seem
I really thought you were going to say hunt then. Sorry.
you seem more mind focused.
Mind focused. Well, in the
I
sense
was like,
that
come on, hurry up, row the boat, come on.
I have the sense of mind not to use foul language when there are women and children present. But aside from
What
that,
foul language?
And yet you still introduce yourself. That seems crude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would use a different name if I were you. That's a concern.
that
Doesn't seem
name,
logical at all.
that name has been passed down through
I don't know, just
the
just say
males in my
beaver or
line
something.
for
you know?
over 600
Beaver.
years.
Okay, Beaver the gnome. I like that.
There's this conversation happening. Zero. It would be you that notices first, because they roll poorly on their stealth checks. As you're getting closer to the long docks that jut out into the off from the boardwalk and across the sandy beach into the sea, there appears to be just a lot of debris on the docks. But you do see, not very well hidden behind some crates, there is sort of a small green leg. You scan your eyes across the dock a little bit more, and you notice that there's a couple of small green creatures that are rifling through boxes and things like that. You're probably about 200, 300 feet out at this point.
Can I tell the goblins?
Yeah, you could tell they're
Yeah.
goblins.
Okay, then I wave to everyone, tell them to shut up. But like, I think
So anyway, you're like basically this. What?
I think there are some small druids over there.
Small.
You know, like the
What?
the dancey types with the spears and the knives.
Oh,
Like jawbones, I think.
the Groms. It's like a green gnome.
Do you think
Yes?
it's everything? Is just the variation?
Wait,
of
they're
a
in the
gnome?
village.
Oh, though I mean, there might be gnomes. I don't know this land. Didn't know the land I came from, if I'm honest.
The small green.
Yes.
Is that what you see? Let
Big
me
ears.
see. And Casimir's
Big
gonna
teeth,
try and
Scales.
look at whatever he's pointing at.
Yeah, I point over to the debris.
Roll me a perception check, please. There. You also see, and obviously you're getting closer the whole time this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Guys rowing hard, and the boat's cutting through the water. And yeah, you see a total of 6 of these goblins sort of milling around on the docks. Before one of them does eventually notice you, and start.
Oh, I draw my
wave.
great sword
and
and I stand on the front of the boat.
Romy
I wave to our new townsfolk.
What the hell? Why are they here? This village should be clear. Guys, I have a bad feeling about this. I know everyone's been thinking that it's all fine, but I don't think this village is all fine.
I don't think anyone has been thinking that it's all fine.
What do you mean?
Just look around at everyone else.
I think
It
it's
was
fine. Look, they're
abandoned.
even coming to meet
And
us.
then you were saying that we should just take it over.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
perhaps it would
if
be,
those are the residents, I think we can take it over.
perhaps it would be prudent to turn around, return to the ship, and then investigate from a safe distance.
Yeah, no, I'm going to kill them, and then we're going to see. And
I'm with the
investigate.
manual labor on this one. I think we should just
And-
go and do it.
The child?
Oh,
That's over
I
shoulder.
mean, if you want to look after the children, you can look after the children.
They're children too, by the look of it. It'll be an even fight. I hand the child a dagger.
Am I able to intercept that and just
Oh,
prevent the dagger from being handed to the child?
You don't need to, because the mother intercepts the dagger, and she takes it and sort of nods at Zero, but like, yes, appreciate the gesture, not the fucking child, dickhead.
What is wrong with you?
I misinterpret the message, and as far as I'm concerned, she's like, I will take this charge. So I nod to her heroically, and then turn around to face the threat.
right. Hold on. Before I get off, he's gonna turn to the guy rowing. Right. I need you to go back to the ship and then come back with Boyko. I totally forgot about Boyko because of these 2 weird things. I need him.
Fucking gnome.
It's my mule.
What's a boy?
No,
I forgot
you
about
you would have left your mule. He would not have come on the ship with you.
No.
He would have been.
Oh, you would be. Oh, okay.
He
You
would
would be.
be
Okay.
here,
Okay.
stabled.
Okay. Got you. Got you.
Oh,
Okay, got
a
it.
mule on a rowboat.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Because I literally only remembered about it now.
Throw the child overboard to make room for the mule. Jesus Christ.
Between the child and the gnome and maybe some brown fabric, we can make a meal for you.
How close are we to the
As
shore?
you get to sort of about 150 feet away from the dock, you see it coming through between some. There's like we assume it's like a fish processing plant or just general dockside buildings coming down from the north, and you see him sort of pointing, and a couple more goblins coming from behind him. And as you reach in sort of to about 80 feet, the first arrow sort of comes whizzing down and just splashes harmlessly into the sea near the boat.
Be careful. They have bows. In case you didn't notice.
Very observant.
Yeah.
Can I
Thank you.
can I unequip my shield and give it to the mother and child?
You can, yes.
Thereby,
Just there with a knife and a shield that is way too heavy.
a big,
for
massive
just
dwarven shield.
Just sat at the back of this boat with just the shield resting on the back of the boat, on the floor of the boat, and just covering her entire body, just with a child on her lap behind it.
Good
And-
thinking,
Yeah.
old boy.
Can I?
Casimir's just on the front with his greatsword. He's just waiting for the amphibious assault.
Can I equip my warhammer in the one hand and hand crossbow in the other, just as we're approaching?
You can. In fact, let me.
What's the range on a hand
I-
crossbow? I've never used one.
80 feet.
Oh,
I don't
pretty
know.
I trusted you implicitly.
That's probably about right. Probably like 60, 80. Oh,
Yeah, it's probably around 80.
20.
Like 2080 or
Like,
something.
even.
Okay, that
as-
wasn't wrong.
Wow.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
I assume we've all seen, what was it, Thor Ragnarok? You remember when Loki is just standing like a god approaching throughout the mist? That's exactly what Zero's doing on the bow of the ship. He's changed his figurehead position to one more godlike. Behind him, a halo of basically the sun is showing. Some sparks going.
Casimir just looks really concerned and just sort of like one eye sort of on him, just like keeping an eye like, what the fuck is going on behind me?
I've got
When I'm-
intelligence for the woman
When we
and the
finally get to the
child.
dock, I'll do something else. But now I'm holding dramatic position.
I don't think I've got any children. They'll just have to die.
Have to
Yeah,
die,
okay, so
yeah.
let's just have. Ooh, okay.
I've got 14 armor class. If you want to shoot me.
What?
As a DM, I would.
Well, it's a 22 to hit.
Me? Yeah. 22 hits.
22 hits, okay. And that does 7 points of piercing damage.
How far are we from it now?
You are we're literally about to crunch, and I'm going to say, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Alright.
Don't roll it yet. Don't roll it yet. Because
Okay.
I haven't done the turn order thing yet.
And
There we go.
tokens also.
Now roll initiative, don't forget to click the token.
What is
Bonk.
I'm not on
I
here.
put you all on the
yes.
GM layer.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's two of.
Very dramatic.
Token.
I was on the wrong layer. Apologies
I
for
really
that.
thought I would have better initiative than Was that +4
I
initiative?
pulled the
Leslie?
call. Yes. Dexy. Did that one work? That did. Okay, good.
Why didn't you click the token? Dickhead.
Is that the name of the goblin?
It is now. Dickhead
the
goblin. Okay.
That's not right.
While you get this set up, I'm gonna go.
Hmm.
To go and do that. He just sort of barks orders, and you see a couple of other goblins that I've not got on the right layer yet. Who have come into play.
Hello.
He isn't going to do anything. He's not going to advance on you at the moment. He's just going to stay where he is. So Casimir is up next.
All right. Is it normal movement to get out of the boat, or is it like difficult terrain or anything?
No, I'd say so. You've got you've been preparing. Roll me a dexterity check.
All right.
Yeah. You anticipate the boat coming alongside the dock, the speed that it's moving, and you sort of hit the ground running, and without any penalty to your movement getting out of the boat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna charge this goblin with big and loud war cry, and take a big swing with the great sword, aiming for the neck, preferably. Yeah, might be off of my aim.
No, it sort of sees it pure anger and just this swings. You broadcasted it from the moment you step foot on the dock.
They're smaller than you think.
And he just sort of ducks out and and
I don't think I got another thing. No, I'll keep it for now. Yeah, I'll just end it there for now.
okay. Well, he in that case is going to attack you with his just raggedy fucking blade that he's got. It's blade's notched and chipped, and it's sort of rusty in places, stained in others, and that's a 18.
18 hits. Yeah.
Oh, great. And that does 4 points of slashing damage.
I don't like that.
And this chappie up here is going.
There's no battle map on Twitch, by the way. Not sure why.
Is there not? That's odd. Beep boop. It's back.
Cool.
So this guy up here is going to. 8 feet. He's going to start approaching, and as he sort of gets to about here, he's going to fire off with his short bow at you again, Casimir.
Okay.
That's a 22.
Fuck yeah.
And that is 5 points of piercing damage.
Damn. All right.
Who else have I got? Who else is here? Get some distance. What have we got? Chappie up here. He's also going to send one off with its short bow. That's a 18.
At whom?
That is going to Casimir as well. The first aggressor on the dock. For another 4 points.
Another 4 points. Jesus Christ, okay. I'm not that tanky yet.
Okay, so that's
Fucking everything hit so far. Except my
Nice.
attack.
and that's them 0.
Okay, Zero will, from his dramatic pose, the lightning, the spark still flying about, he's gonna sidestep onto the dock, walk forwards, and say, "The sun has come. It offers this requiem," and he casts sleep on the boss man up top
Ooh.
as he comes and walks up. Just fucking strut.
Roll me your damage. So where is it you're centering it on?
Yeah, the
check
boss man. He's my only target.
Check so it's 20 feet from centering from him, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'll throw it behind him if I need, but he's my target.
Okay.
Flap.
Okay, shoot. Right.
Okay, so 30 points. Does he have 30 HP or less?
Hit points of higher level cast. Okay. He's sleep.
Okay, so the last thing he sees is this firebrand tiefling walk off and just slowly walk towards him like he's a fucking pro wrestler. Say the sun has come and offers us requiem, and then he collapses.
Oh.
Yeah, dope. As for my bonus action, let's go ahead and reveal my subclass because that sounds fun, eh? So as a spirit bard, I get to roll on a table, and then some bonuses go along with that. But let's go ahead and roll that d12. Angus, do you have the table ready?
Two.
You do. Wow. 5.
5.
That is
Tale of the Avenger.
Jericho. Okay.
For only one for 1 minute. Oh, do you know it? The effects on it?
Yeah,
Do you
I've
want
got
me
the
to-
table as well.
Yeah.
I've got it. So around Zero stands this pretty tall, like porcelain pallid, bright blue hair knight with a gigantic great axe. Just sort of like phases in and out of existence right behind Jericho. This is a fucking throwback, but Colin and Angus might remember a one-shot character by the name of Jericho, who was an Avenger paladin. This is that same character.
I do not remember that character.
It was years ago, but in a one-shot, so I don't blame you. But yeah, previous character, and it's just kind of hanging around Zero at the moment. That'll be my turn. I'm still just strutting.
Okay. Gunt.
Okay. So
Can't say that.
in the boat, there were people who were rowing, right?
Yes.
Okay. As I prepare to jump off the boat, I'll just shout to them, like, get them out of here, the kid and the mother. And then this is where
Every classic burger is made with 100% natural,
What?
what is that?
Yep. Classic burger.
I think the
Very
goblin's trying to
strange.
sell me some burgers.
He's got burger adverts.
Something went very strange. With the
I forgot to mention that ghost of a knight that I just summoned also works for a burger joint.
Loves burger.
Oh,
that's-
that's very strange.
That's brilliant. Okay,
No, it's random.
I'm afraid until I get used to this class, there's going to be a fair bit of can I do this. So my intention is, because I have a one-handed warhammer in the one hand and my hand crossbow, and I have for my feet I took the crossbow thingy, to effectively jump off the boat, run up to this dude, and then
Yeah.
stand next to Casimir, so I'm adjacent and flanking. But as I'm running, fire off with my bonus action a quill from the crossbow, and then as I close, just get a underhand swing ready with the warhammer. Is that
Yeah.
within the
I
realms
think
of
so.
legality?
Absolutely. Crossbow expert, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you can do that.
I was anticipating having my shield, but a child stole it. So that
You could even get like
is-
right next to this motherfucker and shoot him in the face if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, that's
She's like,
one of the
do you want it back if we go in?
yeah, I just said, you can give it to me later. There's probably still some arrows coming your way. And then, as I say that, fire off a...
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Well, that hits. So go ahead and roll that test of damage. Okay. So he immediately dies.
Oh,
Nice.
so, okay, but I'm still preparing to run up with this thing. He just falls in front of me and just can't on
sort of
skid
step
to a
out of the
stop.
boat, just absolutely sort of fucking John Wick in it. Just stepping out of the boat, the hand crossbow comes up, you just start charging down, and the thing just crumples at the knees and just drops to the floor. This crossbow bolt just completely
Where's
embedded
my
in the
dog?
side of its head.
Where's my dog? He knows where the dog went, Call. That's why he's mad.
I try and
the
slow
ranch.
this well armored dwarf down. There's more talking. I'm scared. Okay, I'll look down at the corpse, look over at Casimir, and then I guess I wasn't anticipating having to look at my spells yet, but. Oh, okay. Angus, how does this work? So, as part of my infuse weapon item thing, I have repeating shots, which removes the reload requirements for long range weapons. It just produces. So does that mean I can fire the crossbow again with my main action?
Because the only thing loading does means that you can only take one shot, then you have to reload it.
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
ignore the
that's it,
loading,
yeah.
you can take 2 shots.
Oh,
In fact,
okay.
crossbow expert does that alone.
If you can make 2 attacks,
Yeah, on the turn.
if you've got multi attack,
I do not.
then you can. If not, then you can't, I guess.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So if you had 2 crossbows, you could fire twice.
I don't really fancy throwing the warhammer at them. So is me showing my ignorance again. So when you say multi-attack, does that mean that I now can't cast a spell? Because that would be an additional attack. So I am...
Do you have a bonus action you could use?
Yes. Well, what did you use to fire
used
your
the
crossbow with?
bonus action for the crossbow. Yeah.
Well, you would have used your action because you can only use that bonus if you use your attack action. So if you use your action to attack,
right. They have to
you'd
go
have a
one after
bonus.
the other. Oh, okay. I
Basically,
didn't realize
yeah.
that. That's good to know.
I thought you were going to attack twice, so I didn't bring it up.
Okay, cool. In which case, then, as bonus action, I will just start sprinting towards the next goblin. So that's my distance again. Right?
And you can dash on a bonus.
Dash. Only on a bonus?
So
No, this is a bonus because I
normally
would
an
have used... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, then I will begin dashing. Jump over the corpse. Dash towards the next goblin.
Gnomes got hops.
I promise I will remember how to play this game at some point. And then
It's fine, we've got you.
that's my turn there, Mr. Angus.
Is it?
What did I do wrong?
Dash is an action, by the way.
Yeah. How is your crossbow attack a bonus action?
I think I may have been under the impression that I could choose whether to the order in which to do bonus action and action because I declared I wanted to do both in the same thing.
Oh, because you can bonus action, you can have offhand, right? So offhand.
Yeah, so I've got the
Crossbow.
crossbow in one, and then
Gotcha. Yeah.
the
Okay.
the warhammer in the other. I'm happy with whatever the ruling is. I'm just a bit confused on it because I've not done a melee combat build before. It was one of the unique traits of the crossbow expert is that where is it?
When you use the attack action, you can
Yes.
attack with the bonus action.
So that has to be after I've attacked, right? I can't
Yes.
do it before. Okay, in which
Yeah.
case then
You
my
You can't
original
just throw your
crossbow
hammer.
my original crossbow would have been an attack. And so I can then dash as a bonus action. So I could still...
No,
Can you?
can't. You're
No?
not a rogue. Rogues can bonus action dash.
Mm-hmm.
Rogues and certain
I
other
think
classes. I don't think
monks
I'll
can as well.
Alright.
Rogues can bonus action hide or dodge.
What bonus
Yeah.
actions
Yeah.
do I have then? Help?
Most people don't have anything.
Yeah,
If you
most-
have like sex with.
Yeah, unless certain features or something.
You might have
or
certain
offhand.
spells that you can cast as a bonus
like a
action
class
whilst
feature.
doing
Yeah.
something else as an action.
Got
The
But
only
unless you have specific things,
Yeah.
like, I think maybe you could do an infuse.
I think the only non-class specific stuff is just offhand weapons, I believe. More or
Okay,
less, anyway.
Just that, when you finish a long rest.
so can I just cast Expeditious Retreat on myself? And then
Is that a bonus action?
Is it a bonus action spell? Yeah.
casting time, one bonus action.
Yeah,
Could be,
then
yes.
you absolutely can.
I Expeditious Retreat. And then I can take the dash action.
So next turn, yeah,
and-
next turn you can, yeah.
When you cast this spell and then as a bonus action on each of your
Oh,
turns.
okay.
So
Really?
okay, we
Look
got
at you
there
being all
eventually.
clever.
I made it to where I wanted. And I just
There we go.
completely
Good job.
brought the stream to a crawl.
No, it's fine. You nailed it.
So there we
It's all
are.
just
You've
practice.
moved, you've bonus actioned, and you've actioned, and now it's his turn. He's asleep. So Casimir, the
Yes.
goblin that you swung your greatsword at and missed, who had shot you with an arrow, is now lying dead on the floor.
Right.
And the boat is starting to be pushed off, and he's trying to get the woman at least away from the dog to a safe distance.
Right. I will charge the next one I see. Which I guess is the one by my acquaintance dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna charge it with the great sword. There we go. That's a bit better.
19 definitely hits.
6 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you cut into him and he sort of almost dropped down to one knee with this slashing attack. He's still standing, but he's not looking very happy at all.
He's just
Barely
gonna,
holding on, one might say.
as he sort of got the goblin on one side, he's gonna look towards the village on his left and just shout, Frogville! He's just gonna like have a quick little look if there's any response and focus back on the fight.
Don't hear any response.
Right.
The goblins are up next. So this guy on his last legs, he takes a swing. It's a natural one, and then he's going to use his nimble escape, and he's going to bonus action disengage and run.
Now, see, Gunt, if you're actually a goblin, I know we've been saying gnomes, but if you're actually a goblin,
I could have done that.
yeah.
This guy here sees his partner run beyond him, but he keeps going, and he's going to sort of just launch off this box and just try and take a swing at you with his rusty goblin sword. That's a 14.
Towards.
Casimir.
Oh, right, sorry, me. Sorry, how much?
14.
14 to hit.
Yes.
Jesus, I thought you damage for a sec. No, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
So I'm just looking for my glasses.
And this chappy here is starting to make his approach, and he's going to fire off at Gunt. That's a
Yeah, what, mate?
7.
You what?
So that
7?
hits.
No.
7.
I laugh in Gunt.
Okay, so that guy is now at 1. And then where'd Zero go?
On my turn order, he's just above Gunt.
Yeah, for some reason it scrolled down, so Gun was at the top, not you.
You just
As it
you
should
just
be.
can't handle the sun's splendor. Speaking of which,
So Zero, it is now your turn.
yeah, Zero reaches down towards his waist and he has this like sword sheath like behind him. He pulls a little chain like on the end of the pommel. There's like a couple of inches with the chain, and then this big like circle piece you can put his finger through. He pulls on that circle piece, pulls the sword out, and starts spinning it in the air. And he says, "Behold the sun's splendor!" And it just keeps spinning around. And he's gonna go wooga 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 wooga, and cast sleep again, right on all the remaining goblins.
Okay.
Can I just get that noise again? And just for
Wooga 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 wooga.
okay.
As the sun's going,
I needed that again,
He's-
yeah. I missed
yeah,
it.
he's doing like a little loopy thing with his arm as he's spinning, and just like dead in the middle of all the goblins.
Well,
And
something
they
happened when I rolled
all fall to sleep because they had 15 health points between them, and that's less than 24.
Oh, yeah.
So now there are 4 snoozing goblins on.
Casimir grabs his
Okay.
great sword, the one in front of him.
Like, oh, okay, leave the big one at least. I want the new servant. And then he stops spinning his sword eventually.
You want the... Why?
Because I am the new god. Stop killing my subjects.
Anyway, Brockville!
Fuck you.
he's just gonna walk past the bodies and like
Okay.
head into the village.
You
I'll go
start
toward
making your way through the buildings that are on sort of the boardwalk of Cutler Bay here. There's a boat ride, fishmongers, like fish processing plant. I can probably take the music off now. There's like a small, not sort of quite a blacksmith, but like not a full blacksmith, but there is a forge there nearby the ship's right. Generally made for making nails and stuff like that, right, for the shipwright rather than for servicing the wider community. Beyond that is the wooden palisade and the gate into the sort of town proper. It's hanging. It's sort of like a colonial era fort. You know, the wooden palisade with the gates, and the gates are just strewn. The lashings that hold the logs that make the gates have been cut, and they're just the sharpened logs are just strewn across the floor. You start making your way into the interior of the town. You hear a scream, a woman's scream.
Which direction?
Further on to the north, towards the interior
Okay,
of the town.
so it's not the boat.
No. You are in the direction you are currently.
Yeah, Casimir's gonna head in that direction, but he's gonna keep looking around and like every now and then just shout Brookville.
And before we left the docks, I've tied up all the goblins, and marked all their foreheads with a sun symbol.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're just like tied to a post somewhere. I'll be like, I'll get back to you in a minute. They're all asleep, they can't hear me. But I'm like, I'll be back here in a minute. And then I went off to help the other two. Because they are big and scary, and I want them on my side.
Casimir, you're sort of heading in the direction that you know leads into sort of the market square, where the big tree that sits in the centre of Cutler Bay is positioned, and the nearby Temple of Pelor, and the cheery colonial tavern, and just sort of market stalls and things like that. And as you sort of round into the square, you see the tree first, and it's a big tree. Like, this is like a big like oak tree, hundreds of years old, like massive, long, thick boughs that spread out. It's a really sort of wide spreading tree. The trunk itself is quite short, but it's massively wide. This is just a monstrous tree. And from almost every branch, you can see ropes have been hung. And at the bottom of each of these ropes, you can see members of the Cutler Bay populace.
Oh.
And what catches your eye at first in sort of this immediacy is that one of the bodies suddenly rocks. And you sort of glance up onto the bough that it was tied to, and you can see a goblin up there that's with its knife. And the body hits the ground, and at this other goblin's there sort of immediately on the body, rifling through the pouches. So let's move on.
I wanna grab my axe and throw it at it.
Okay.
Zio walks up, has no clue what's happening, which is in character.
I mean, depending what range I'm at, really. But
so you've got a fair distance when you should be able to see the map.
okay, yeah.
Initiative rolls.
You're rolling initiative.
I was just going to continue the same initiative
Okay.
order, just restart it again from the top.
Yeah.
Getting rid of that guy because he's not there anymore.
So yeah, Zio walks up, has no clue what's happening. He's trying to write like a manifesto, and is just generally following the loud warrior boy, which is quite the convenient excuse because people keep wanting to talk to me. It is my birthday, so haha. But I'm like, fuck off! I'm trying to do something.
Wait,
Is
are
it
you
your
on about in
birthday
the
today?
game or not?
It is no
Oh.
today.
Happy
You're
birthday!
in my life birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Wait,
I
wait,
did
what?
not know.
It's your birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday! What the hell?
You strangely
Why didn't you say
enigmatic person.
anything? Why didn't you say anything?
I've been practicing for this all my entire life. Being a little weirdo.
So, Casimir, actually, you are top of the turn order.
Right, yeah.
And that goblin that just sort of dropped onto or jumped at the body is within 60 feet, which I think is the
I
shorter
got
range.
yeah,
of
that's the
your
maximum
hand axe.
range actually.
Oh, is it? Okay, never mind.
I think it's 2060. Hold on.
Are we meant to be on the
2060.
turn order?
So
Yes. Can you not see the turn order? You are on the turn order.
I can see
don't
Goblin.
see, no.
When you go to a new page, it gives you a new turn order.
Yeah. Well, as long as the DM can see it, so I suppose.
What about now?
No.
We're gonna have to re-roll to
Okay.
put ourselves.
Nah, it's fine. I'll say who's where.
Yeah, I'll keep track of it. Yeah.
Hey, just tell us who's next, so we have time to plan.
Yeah. Well, you'll be after the goblin, Zero,
Okay.
and Gun, you're after Zero.
I'm just gonna run like 20 feet and then throw it.
What was the range on it?
So it's disadvantage because like I'm at 40 feet now. It's 2060, so past 20 feet is disadvantage.
Okay, go for it.
So I get this. I don't know how. What would it look like? It would have some sort of engravings on it. Some sort of it's an oddly unique looking sort of hand axe size axe. A little bit fancy
You'd probably
looking.
recognise the craftsmanship as being vaguely dwarvish.
Yeah, that'll probably work. Yeah, I throw it. That's a 11.
11. Doesn't hit.
All right. Well, then I'll hold out my hand and it's gonna back into my hand.
When the goblin looks up at you, sees you and the others coming through, and just lets out this like noise, and you see these other goblins that are ransacking this market stall on the other side over here. Measuring tool. But basically, all start heading in your direction.
Oh, come on then. Yeah.
And actually, these guys sort of come around a little bit further. What sort of distance are we looking at here? 75 feet, 80 feet. Yeah, they're both going to fire off with their short bows. So that's 14.
You gotta say who you're aiming at.
So that's at Caesar to Casimir.
18.
And a 9. 14 and a 9.
14. No, neither hits.
Okay. And that is all they're going to be able to do at this point. They are going to. So I don't think I'm necessarily going to broadcast what they're going to do. They appear to be holding their action. Zero.
Fuck, I literally just had my next bit ready, and now it's escaped my mind.
It's my birthday. It's my...
Okay, so Zio is literally going to wander off behind like a stall or something, just still writing his manifest. But that knight that has been like flanking him is going to go and essentially guard Casimir. So she's standing right in front of him. It's like 7 foot, got almost skeletal looking lady. Is just right there holding a great axe.
Okay. Is that your Tale of the Avenger?
Yes. And since I just completely spaced everything, I'm just going to heal myself a bit. No, wait, that's an action to send that out. I am going to do a little jig behind the thing. That'll be my turn. You get Avenger. I will link that in chat for you. Ba 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 ba. Here you go. Yeah, so for the next minute, anyone who hits you with the melee attack takes a d6 worth of damage.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything else at the moment. So that'll fuck it. I'll give myself a little bit of healing. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Guns.
Gunned.
How rude.
Can I see
won't get old.
the source of the... I'm just going to ignore you for the first 2 sessions, and then you'll get bored. Can I see the source of the scream from earlier?
Oh yeah, I meant to do something about that. You see from the building up towards the north, northeast, that there's a goblin just pulling this woman out of this building. The screams come from her. And actually, I'm going to say that's that guy over there.
Okay.
I'll pull up the woman. Open.
That's pretty far away. Yeah, that's pretty far. Okay. I shall run with all of my dwarfy goodness toward this guy. So can I bonus action dash and then attack? Remind I have expeditious retreat.
Oh yes, you can.
Okay. In that case, I will run around this dude, and as I'm running, run around the guy on the right. As I'm running around him, I will reach my hand with my warhammer across my body and just kind of backhand him. One-handed with the warhammer, with the aim of then just continuing to the full distance. Let's see. Warhammer one-handed, please. 14.
14 doesn't hit. So very nearly hits, but doesn't quite.
In which case, I guess I'll just stand.
No, because these guys are not carrying shields. So a 14 would.
Yeah.
Nice.
4.
4 points of damage to.
Do they
this
also
guy
give their
here.
shields to women? I doubt it.
Okay. He is still standing, but he's bloodied, I'd say. Definitely bloodied.
I think that's me done then.
Okay. From the northernmost market store, you see that just these tents have been shredded and torn. This bugbear stands up and just turns and sees you guys coming in. And he is going to dash to there. And that's all he can do. But he's coming for you. Casimir, it's now your turn.
Well, I'm coming for him. I was facing the one left of me originally, but as I see this more intimidating one, I pick him. And I'm going like sword facing him, sort of to impale him, sort of position. At him. Oh yeah, I'll move as well. Oh, sorry, that's without the disadvantage. So 18.
Yeah, 18. That's it.
Better. That's quite high. 9 damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm too absorbed in my own bits. Will you hit at all with the melee attack, Casimir?
Which melee attack?
Any of them?
Earlier in the previous combat, I was, yeah.
No, in this combat, since I've
In this
given you the
combat,
night.
this combat, nothing yet. No.
Okay, cool. If that happens, she's gonna do a whack.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
What was my? All right. Yeah. Cool. I think that's my turn. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with this guy. 15, 20. Sort of just starting to edge in. He's gonna fire off a shot with his short bow at Gunt.
Good.
And that is a 14.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Okay. And then the one right next to you is going to take a swing at you with his jaggedy scimitar thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6, so that doesn't hit
That
either.
does not hit.
This guy's going to come around and come around to flank you. With 13. It doesn't hit either.
Does not hit.
He's going to come across to there, and he's going to go for scimitar swing at you there, Casimir. Advantage. It's a 15.
15 doesn't hit.
Doesn't it? Okay.
Oh.
And that is all of them. Zero, you're up next. With
Okay.
Gun on deck.
Zero's just kind of like lounging in a window, eating a muffin. And he's just like, "They've got muffins."
Mm-hmm.
The muffin is quite stale.
They've got mediocre muffins. And then he's just gonna crawl out of the window, do a little shimmy, and start walking towards this the hobgoblin-looking person. And he kind of dusts himself off all the crumbs. And he was like,
This playlist.
so he clears us up. Yes,
Sorry.
The sun has sent both its mouth, hand, and brain all to gather loyalty or something. He's thrown off by the muffin, right? So he's gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at the Hobgoblin guy.
Dissonant Whiskers. Dissonant Whiskers.
That name.
That was if I was playing Arya.
Okay, so it's a Wisdom save DC.
Yeah, it's DC 14.
Rolls a natural 19.
Damn.
Plus 0 for 19.
Mhm.
What is your spell save DC? Because it says
14.
0. 14, okay. So yeah, no, he saves that.
Well, that is a
Half as
shame.
much damage, so it's what? 3.
Right. Okay, well, I mean, it takes half damage on a save?
That's what it says. On a failed
Oh, okay.
save, it take. No, on a
Goody.
successful save, it takes half as much damage and doesn't have to move.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it takes damage then. That is me doing the thing. I'm just gonna go back for another muffin. He knows what he's about. He crawls
Gun.
back inside. Hides behind the window.
Okay. Which of these two lovely fellas did I hit last time?
It is this one.
Okay. Just to make you aware, because I gave away my shield, I've deducted 1 from my AC, so there's now 15 instead of 16.
Okay. I don't think
And
I've hit you with a 15.
no, I hadn't applied my armor model skills, so I've just put the one that gives me 5 additional speed in, and I'll deal with the rest later. So my plan is to kind of rotating the top of my body with the back swing of the warhammer into the guy on my left.
Okay.
Oh, it takes so long to scroll through this stuff. Warhammer one-handed. 9.
9 doesn't hit.
Okay. And then I'll continue that swing round and then unload a hand crossbow into the other goblin.
Okay. That's a disadvantage because you're within 5 feet.
I have the crossbow expert.
Does that negate the
I
disadvantage?
thought so.
Fair
It
Being
It
within
does,
5
yeah.
feet.
Yeah. Okay. So it's still a 10. So it's still
Hold on, 1 second. This is me still trying to get used to it. Repeating shot. +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. Nothing about advantage though, is there? Nope. And nothing in crossbow expert. Nope. Okay, fair enough. I just thought I'd check that. Okay. Oh, I look a little bit silly. Just pirouetting round.
swing and a miss.
Yeah.
Fire and a miss.
I await my pummeling from the goblins.
Okay, well, the bugbear is going to start off with his assault. He's going to come in with his. It's listed as a morning star, but it's very sort of crude. Like it's like a wooden club, but with spikes driven through it. And he makes a swing at that, which is a 17.
Ooh, does that miss me?
Casimir.
Yes, it
Yeah, it
is.
hits.
And it is 12 points of piercing damage.
12. Okay. Casimir's bloodied.
Was that a melee attack?
It was, yes.
Oh, yeah, it was, yeah.
Okay. The knight strikes back for 2 damage, but she's a ghost. What do you want?
Even
Doing a best.
nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's him. Casimir.
Alright, Casimir is gonna. First of all, bonus action, second wind. So 3d10. 3d10. Alright, 24 hit points. Nice.
It's 1d10 plus your fighter level.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought it was 1d10 per fighter level. All right.
No, plus your
Okay,
fighter
sorry. What do you want to do? Do you want to take?
So just roll a d10.
D10. 9 plus
Okay, and
3.
add 3.
Right. Okay. That's still decent. Right, so that's that. That's my bonus action. I will now attack with my greatsword on the bugbear.
Okay.
It's a 13.
Just misses.
I will action surge. So second one used, action surge used. And I will attack him again. That's a bit better.
24 definitely hits, yep.
I might nah. No, I'll just do that. Damage 13 damage.
In the immortal words of Matthew Mercer, how would you like to do this?
Oh yeah. Well, the first time I tried it, it didn't work. The second time I tried it, didn't work. But the third time I go for a different strike. I'm just gonna sort of swing around backwards. The other guy has to do a little bit of a dodge just to avoid it as I take a swing and chop its head off.
And the bugbear's head sort of slides off, and just you can hear it land with a crunch on the ground as the rest of the body follows suit.
Right. As the blood splashes on my hands, I sort of follow the momentum and turn on my heel and stop facing the one that was behind me.
Okay. He will. He sees his buddy coming from behind you. He sees that he's got other two friends that have got gun pretty wrapped up, even though they haven't managed to do any damage to him yet. He is steeled in his resolve, and he just takes a swing back at you with his scimitar, which is an 11. Which doesn't
11. No.
Guy comes to here.
As I swing around, I parry with my sword.
Well, that's a natural 20.
I don't see that one coming.
No. Nailed you. So that's 10 points of slashing damage.
Your playlist seems to have gone strange again.
What is going on with this?
It's so random.
So
Who made this playlist?
Is it just decided that it's going to make up my playlist rather than using it's like one track?
This sounds like fancy music.
Right. Let's see what this does. Yes, so he's taking your 10 damage. Gun, they're both going to come for you, those two there.
Bring it.
So it's an 11 from the first attack. And an 18 for the second attack.
That's a hit.
18 doing 7 points of slashing damage.
7 points. Honestly. So does he take
This
damage
guy.
because of Deslin's thing?
What?
Yeah, does that goblin take damage?
No, only Casimir has my thing on.
Okay.
Yeah, but this goblin just did him for 10 points of damage.
Oh, Casimir? Okay. 6, a mega chomp.
Yeah. This guy is now barely holding
Wait,
on.
so you just did the 10 just now?
Yeah, this guy did.
Right, sorry.
Got you with
I missed it there.
just a natural 20. And,
All right, yeah, of course, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by the music.
and then he took 6 points of damage and is now sort of just like. You can see that he's sincerely regretting his decision to stand and fight.
Casimir is very bloodied.
So
It's worrying.
He's trying to drag this woman off in this direction, and that's him and 0.
Yeah. I'm going to do a general wisdom check to see if 0 has even noticed the woman yet.
Okay.
So, let's see. It's 8. Let's give it a 50-50 shot, right? So, if it's 12 or above, he sees the woman. Nope. I think that was to the DM, but it was a 10.
No, actually, I don't know if it. No, it is. It was a whispered roll. Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't even notice the woman getting dragged away. But he comes out and he says, "My dear tiny green men, if you wish to live, simply pledge yourself to me." Sounds simple enough, right? And then he tries to look at the tiny green men to see if they have any sort of a response.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Oh, I'm not good at that one. Bam. 10.
This guy looks like he would probably do it, but he's also very aware that Casimir is sort of swinging a sword in his general direction at the moment, and he's much more concerned with not dying immediately. Yeah.
Well, the sun can be a cruel god. I'm gonna vicious mockery him.
Wisdom saving throw for him. It's a natural 17.
A bit.
So they takes
Okay.
one.
Very wise.
He takes 1 point of damage and
Well,
dies anyway
actually-
because he only had
okay.
1 point anyway.
Cool. All in all, he took 3 points of damage, but I guess it's not relevant. Bow down or face the wrath of the sun. Yada yada. Is that a woman? Looks up to the side. He's just gonna start fucking wandering in that direction then, kind of haphazardly. You know, the fight can happen at its own pace. He doesn't really care.
This guy here seems like he may be a little bit more concerned having his guy just drop dead when you told him to, effectively.
It's not
It
too
looks like
late.
some
Simply
of
bow.
the fight may have gone from his eyes, and he's now sort of looking at where he's actually sort of looking up towards the temple over here.
Great idea. You can build me a temple later. For now, you must survive. Simply pledge loyalty.
Gun.
Okay. Seeing the woman being dragged off, I would like to use something that I haven't built in yet, and we haven't really discussed. The lightning launcher that I have in my armor. As an armor.
Oh, yeah, an armor.
Artificer.
Okay.
I have a gem on my chest or something like that. It counts as a simple ranged weapon with a normal range of 90 feet and a long range of 300 feet. It deals 1d6 lightning damage on a hit, and then it has once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with it, you can deal an extra 1d6 lightning damage to that target. So that last bit
Okay.
confuses me somewhat. Does that mean that I get to...
Let me have a look at it again.
It's, basic chat, it's all the way.
Model.
So what's your question? Are you dealing 2d6
Yeah.
if you choose to? Yeah, you do. It does
Right,
the damage, and then
underdog
on one of your attacks. So if you got multiple attacks, you wouldn't be able to do it again.
Oh.
But if it's the only attack, you get this once a turn when you hit the creature.
Okay.
Lightning launcher. Gem-like node appears on one of your armored fists or on your chest. It's Iron Man.
Basically, yeah.
Normal range of 90, long range of 300, so it's disadvantage. So let's go ahead and roll that.
Wait, is it? It's 90.
Oh, how far away is he? Sorry.
90.
It is
He's
90.
exactly 90.
Cool. Yeah,
Hey.
so bang on, just straight roll.
So just roll... Well, this is where it gets complicated. Because it's a ranged weapon, which means that doesn't apply. So how do I roll this?
Roll a d20, add your dexterity
Okay.
and your proficiency bonus, assuming you are proficient with simple ranged weapons.
So D20. Dex of... Where am I? 1.
And this is this special weapon included in your armor, right? You can add your intelligence instead of strength and dex.
Sorry, there, my
Yeah.
mistake. So yeah, add your intelligence and your
Okay.
proficiency bonus.
So that's 3 plus 2, so that's 5, so that's 10.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't hit.
That's not great. Okay.
Can't help with the battle.
As a bonus action, I would like to put my crossbow as close to the goblin that hit me, his throat, and pull the trigger.
Jeez. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Roll your attack on that.
15.
15
please.
hits.
Pchoo.
5. Which one was that? The
The
more northern one or the more southern one?
I don't recall which one it was that hit me.
This is the one that's been hurt.
I'll go.
He's the one that's sort of bloodied.
Right, I'll go with the stronger one. I think. I'm
Okay.
facing northward anyway, so I fire the beam, it misses, and I just kind of bring my right arm up with the crossbow.
Okay.
This goblin's laughing.
So
at
he's
me for missing.
still standing, but he's looking in pretty rough shape as well.
Fine. And then that's my action and bonus action.
Okay. How's it there? That's me.
All right, sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah.
The first time. Right, yeah, I'm just gonna take a swing at the one next to me, and hope I kill him before he kills me. 22.
Sorry, I wasn't looking. 22. Yeah, that hits.
Let's see, 14.
That is, you just cleave him in two with that strike.
Yeah.
Just a wide swinging swing with the great sword just catches him right just between the ribs and the hips, and it just goes straight through that soft spot, and he just lands in two pieces on the floor.
All right, wandering over, I walk to the other new friend, and yeah, I'm just gonna sorry, Just whistle at him as I walk behind him. I think that's
Okay.
my turn. Yeah.
Okay. They are both going to disengage
Mm.
and
Little
start running
bastards.
away. At pace. And they're all heading towards the temple. And actually, what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to roll just a contested strength check. So 4 versus a 3. So she manages to break free and starts running in the opposite direction.
Did they do like a bonus action dash or something?
No, they action
Oh.
dash. They can bonus action. They've got nimble escape.
Oh, they got bonus action disengage, right? Okay.
Yeah, so they can bonus action disengage or hide.
Got you.
So that is their turns. And before we go on, should we take a quick break? I need to go put the chickens to bed, and I need a wee.
Yeah, sure.
So let's take
Drinks
a
are
quick
Is it my turn afterwards, Angus?
adjournment. Yes, it will be your turn. You will be on deck next. And we,
Okay.
we haven't got any giveaways because no one pays us to do this. So
So go fuck
see
yourself.
you in a bit.
Okay, that's what it is.
Playboy Kai.
We're back.
Okay, my turn.
Hello. Yes. Jumping
Yeah.
straight back into the action with Zero's turn.
Okay, well, Zero will see the lady break free, and he'll just audibly exclaim, "No, don't free yourself! I'm trying to be the hero." Then he'll turn to all the goblins and be, "I'm also trying to be your hero, your new, the prophet to your new god. Bow down, or perish, for he is a wrathful god." Do they stop?
It's just bare persuasion at this point.
Okay, I could look at that. I don't remember how to like move the token and measure at the same time. Was it Q? It is. Aha.
Yeah.
Okay, there. So if you hold down Q and you can left click your token, it's very fun. Bear persuasion.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was looking for that one earlier.
Yeah. Every session I play, I try to remember what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
I always forget. That was performance to the same modifier. Do you want me to roll again? 15.
Okay. They stop running. And they sort of just they stood there sort of looking at you, looking at the temple door, and they're just not quite sure what to do. You
I can promise you safety in many, many lands. You need only follow me in the eternal word of... and he's... to anyone else, he's probably clearly making it up. Akaitoi. The great sun god Akaitoi. Which means red bird in Japanese, because I'm also learning that recently. So yeah, he's basically proselytizing, whatever prophets do. And he's walking towards them. In fact, he's just going to continue using all of his movement. Walk right up there. Just offer his hands out. Like the big J Money himself.
Okay.
Come with me, my
What the fuck is
token.
you doing?
Gun.
Okay. Gun doesn't know Hero very well. Aside from knowing he's not the kind of person you lend money to or trust with your car or horse. He's going to... It's really hard to remember where you want to move to on these cobbled tiles.
That's why you can hold the Q if you want.
Well, that's just too advanced for me. He's going to
Much simpler
move...
than
Too many
remembering it.
buttons. Q is too many buttons.
He's going to move his 30 feet towards the proselytizing hero. And then he's going to fire off his laser again.
You need only pledge yourself.
Thinking that a clever ruse and distraction is being made for him to sneak around and attack with. So against the left-hand goblin.
Yeah. What it might be worth doing is create up, maybe not help, but on your character sheet, create like under your attacks.
Yeah,
section.
that's my plan after the session. Before next time.
But yeah, roll your d20 plus your
D20
intelligence
plus
and your proficiency.
5. Okay, that's better. That's 50. 15 plus 5 is
20. Yeah, that hits. So is it 2d6?
Oh, was it 2d6 or 1d6?
It was 1d6. It can be 2d6 once per turn. It's a new turn. It could be 2d6 if you want.
But then I won't be able to do any further attacks. My bonus action, I mean. Will I?
I mean, you can do your bonus action. You just can't add that additional d6 again.
Yeah,
Oh,
it just
okay.
says what on each of your turns when you hit a creature with it. Presumably, at some point, you will get an extra attack or something like that.
Oh, I do later on, I think. Okay,
So you would be able to attack with it twice, but only on one of those hits you would
Right.
be able to add
Okay,
the additional d6.
2d6s then, please. Beep boop, 12. Ooh.
Well, Yet he is very dead.
Does he just vaporize?
I-
He's listening imploringly at his new messiah.
I will offer you safety, Zap.
Yeah, I'm holding both hands out, and then one just kind of disappears. So I go to the other one. Hold this tragedy in your mind; it'll make you stronger. And I'm holding the side of his face.
I don't
You're
feel
holding
so
your hand
good,
out,
Mr.
you
Messiah,
just-
man.
You just see him like it's the end of Jedi when the Emperor's zapping him, and he's just like holding his hand up to you, just like and drops.
And then the range on my crossbow was 30 feet. How convenient.
God damn it!
The other one is getting a nice arrow to the face, please.
And yeah, that
Adoring little
takes
face.
that arrow to the face, and yeah,
It's like-
as Zero turns to hold this tragedy in your mind, this crossbow bolt just penetrates into this goblin's eye socket, and he just drops to the ground dead as well.
I wiped the blood away. It's like, no, the tragedy, not a bolt. I throw him down like a piece of trash. Like, ah.
He's unworthy of you.
Yeah, I can't even take a single bolt to the head.
I'll give a knowing and slightly impressed nod towards Hero, thinking that he orchestrated a clever distraction before I end my turn.
Catching on eventually, he gives you a wink. It was his plan all along. You can't tell me otherwise.
Okay.
I'm just gonna test something.
Okay,
See if that
so
works. Yeah,
at
that's nice.
the top of the turn order, the door of the temple is just fucking rocked open. This just heavy boot just crashes it open, and stepping down the steps is another bugbear. This one is just, I guess it just looks a bit tougher than the other bugbear.
I was worried we were in for a they have a cave stroll type situation.
No, not quite, but yeah, he comes just smashes his way out of this temple door. You can see he's holding this just a big sack of shit, and you see he's got some gold like chalice that he chucks in the sack. He looks up, he sees the three of you. He sees the corpses of his goblins and his bugbears, and he just lets out a billowing shout, and you hear a noise coming from behind the temple, and this just enormous ugly beast comes round the corner.
They have a cave troll.
And basically just approaches, just he's being called by this guy. He mounts up, and that will have been his turn because the thing's used all of its movement. Yeah. So Casimir.
Yes. Oh god, that's big. That's what she said. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna like dash, I guess. Wait, hold on. 30 feet first. Yeah, I guess I'll have to. What was the range to? I'll give it a go. I'm gonna try and throw. Also, that's bone. Yeah, whatever. I'll throw. I'll get the axe out and I'll throw it at. Wait. So, is he on this thing?
Yeah, he's mounted.
He's riding
onto
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and try and attack it or him. I guess it's a bigger target, so I'll attack the thing he's riding. I'll throw it at that.
Okay, can I?
Oh, sorry, disadvantage. One more. 15.
Okay. 17.
15. 15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah.
Oh,
Disadvantage.
Gotcha. Okay, and where's it gone? What can I find? 15 does hit.
Yay!
Just.
Oh my god, this is
4 points of
points.
slashing damage.
and it to my hand.
Okay.
I think that's my turn.
Sticks into his shoulder a bit and then disappears as he's reaching for it. Pull it out. But, it doesn't pull it out because it disappears. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
I'm not very familiar with the Marvel films, but did we basically make Iron Man, Thor, and Loki?
No.
What?
Yeah, I think
Sort of.
you have.
Not intentionally. I have another character who's way more Loki than this. Should have brought that.
Short fat Iron Man, bold
Short fat
racist
Iron
Thor, and
That sounds way better than the last Marvel film I saw.
I know, right? I'm not a Marvel fan, I'll be honest.
this guy, he's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 10, 15. He's sort of heading over to this guy, and he's gonna fire a short bow at 0.
I would.
Which is natural 3 plus 4 is not very much.
I just sidestep it and I point to him. That counts as heresy.
And he's the only one of the goblin that's alive at the moment. And now it is your turn, 0.
All right.
Smite him.
I don't necessarily have a smite.
Make whatever noise
So
you were
he-
making earlier.
Woogie, woogie, woogie. You know what? That's a plan. Akitori will forgive your transgressions if only you bend the knee to his most beloved prophet. Fuga wooga 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 wooga. And you cast Bane on both the goblin, the mount, and the big dude.
Funky woogie.
Woogie 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 woogie.
Ah.
So charisma saves of 14, and if not, they have to roll with a D4, negative D4.
Christmas saves. So that's both 0 and a -1. 3 plus 0, 8 minus 1. There's a 7, so they both failed that.
Both. What about the third? I'm guessing it on the mount as well.
Oh, you cast it on the mount as well. Okay.
Yeah, I get 3 targets, mine as well.
That's a natural 12, which
Charismatic is this
Whoa.
hairy dog creature.
it's a -1 as well, so that's an 11.
Oh.
So that fails too.
Okay, they all get negative 4 on fucking everything, basically.
Okay.
Nice.
Um,
That's quite useful for what I'm going to do. Good teamwork.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I figured it was a great combo spell. So yeah, it's not too late to repent, or they will repent for you. I just point behind me, and then I still hold my hand up dramatically, but then I walk backwards. behind the stall. So, yoink. I'm just gonna kind of hide behind whatever cover I can get. And then I give the other two a thumbs up. Double thumbs up. It's okay if you two worship me as well. It doesn't have to be as a god, just, you know, a sick, nasty bard, as it were.
Is it Gunt's go, Angus?
It is Guns Go, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to move toward them, as Gunt is wont to do. That's 30 feet to Rooney's. Now, I thought this was a really cool spell that I've always wanted to use, but I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Nice.
Okay.
So that I thought that I'm thinking of a different spell where I would always know where they were if we're on the same plane, but I think that's something else. But this one makes them shiny. If they fail a Dex saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. And who is this against?
It's every object in a 20-foot
Everyone.
cube, so all of them.
Okay. 3. So the goblin fails with a natural 4. The warg and the bugbear, natural 17 and natural 18.
Okay. I, in my bonus action, pull out the crossbow and aim for the bugbear. Yeah, I think the bugbear. Yeah, that's good enough. So that is a one-hand crossbow, please. This is 10. I'm guessing that misses.
And does not, unfortunately.
Boo. Oh well. At least I ferried up his fire. Or the goblins.
His fairy has been fired. Okay. No, this is something I was looking at.
I have a mate who apparently doesn't know how birthdays work, because he's like, I got an extra coffee for myself in your name. Happy birthday. Like, great. Okay, cool.
What? Well, at least he's thinking about you. So.
Yeah. Oh, this is awfully sweet. He said, yep, it was sweeter than usual because you're such a sweetheart.
Oh.
Like, oh. Very kind.
Is it my go?
No, it's going to be the
No.
bugbear.
Oh, it is.
There's supposed to be. Where's mounted combat?
Oh dear. That's not a good sign.
Want to combat? What we're looking for? Because I believe
It says mounted combat, sea combat, and then it go to combat, and it doesn't mention it. Oh, one lining.
Was it SEA combat?
Mounted combat.
Sea combat. Oh, there's one.
Ah.
I believe
Now that you've
it's
explained it, it's still in the
functionally
20s.
just more movement.
But the explaining the joke is what makes it good.
Yeah, but I mean, it has to be like close to good to begin with. Oh my.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's just like gives you more movement at the expense of like having to mount dismount.
I don't know, there's a feat I keep conflating in my mind too.
There is a mounted combatant feat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Does he have that feat?
He doesn't, but that doesn't mean you can't attack. It's just a section on 198. It just doesn't actually say if anything happens on it. So movement is just the movement of the things.
Yeah, it just replaces your speed, I believe. Functionally.
Group them together. He goes along there, and he will take a swing at Gunt as he passes.
That's not very nice.
Is a natural 20.
What?
So that's a hit.
I suppose.
And where is that? I need one of them. I need one of them. Do 17 points of piercing damage.
Ouchies. Wow. That's somewhat concerning.
And that is his turn. Casimir.
Yeah. Where is he? What's going on the screen right now?
Yeah, it went
Is
a
he
bit
moving?
weird. The route he took was refreshing.
Yeah, I might reload as well.
And
That's
so he
better.
should be there.
Is it fixed?
Yeah, just refresh.
I don't know. It
Alright,
was
cool.
fine on my screen. I don't know what it was
Yeah,
doing.
it glitched out. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, I can reach him. I'm a little bit worried because I'm very hurt.
To be honest, you've been pretty hurt for most of the session.
Yeah, it's because like the first 3 attacks in a
Oh.
previous combat was just like really good rolls, just all at me. Like, I just got really unlucky. All right, well, I will. What is my Roll20 doing? I don't have a. I picked the wrong maneuvers. All right, I'm gonna do. I might as well do it. Quick toss with my axe.
At my axe.
So it's like as a bonus action. I expend.
Superiority die.
Yeah, I use it to make a ranged attack.
Okay, so make your
The
ranged
weapon
attack
has
with
a
your
thrown- Yeah,
thrown axe.
I'm trying to, but it's not. There we go. I was coming
That's a
through.
hurling. It's a 7. Misses, unfortunately.
Ah, damn it. Alright, I call it back. And I will charge. I'm just wondering whether I should attack the thing he's riding or him.
Oh, actually, just thought, Gun. You would have had the opportunity to make an opportunity attack as he passed through your melee range
Ooh.
as he made his attack on you.
Ah. Would that just be a
There you
standard
go.
melee attack?
Yeah, whatever your melee weapon is.
Warhammer.
So when he did his attack, did you subtract the d4?
I don't think we did.
I did not. What
Okay.
was-
It was a
it
very
was a
high attack,
natural
wasn't it?
20, wasn't it?
So it'd be
Probably
60.
wouldn't matter, but
Yeah, if I still had my armor, then we'd be. No, even then. Yeah, I'm 15. That's a shame.
Oh, I thought you were older than that.
Ha, 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 ha.
hey,
Warhammer.
15.
nice.
Oh, 19. So yeah, that hits.
In the map.
Ungroup them so I can
Bonk for you.
do one person's hit points.
I'm assuming you're attacking the guy that's riding the thing, not the thing.
He's the one that attacked me.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, right.
I think
So, Casimir.
Right, yeah,
Your
so I will try and charge
6
and
hit
attack
points.
the. Yeah. I will try and charge and attack the the boss man. Third. 14.
14 just misses.
Ah, shit. I've
Yeah,
got
just glances off the
search.
sort of leg armor and doesn't quite have the impact you were looking for.
I haven't got basically anything left. Yeah, that's it, I think. Unless Superiority Die has like a hidden feature that I don't know about. No.
It's fine. I'll kill everyone next time. Don't worry.
Cool.
It's all good.
Thanks.
I mean everyone, by the way.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
The goblin. He's baned as well, isn't he? So,
And fairy fired.
and very fired, but no one's attacked him. So he's going to take a shot at 0 through the tent.
Okay. Does that tent give me any sort of cover?
The broken boxes and stuff probably half covers. Was that +2 to your AC?
Yeah, I think so. Check.
It was an 11 -3 anyway.
Oh, okay,
so
it doesn't matter.
this is, and then he just starts fucking running in this direction.
No, you nailed it, Angus. +2. Good job. Okay. This is my turn.
Yes, it is. 0.
Okay, so another sort of shade, like ghost creature, kind of drifts out from Zero space. This one is a tiny black kobold with a big, like jawbone. Probably looks like it came from a dragonborn or something, and a starry night sky like cloak trailing behind them. And he crawls up onto a little like broken tent in here.
Good
Um,
man.
Yep. And he casts sleep on his location. So basically that's spaced out so it doesn't hit my companions, who I assume are very low health, but it does hit the big guy and his mount. And myself,
Okay.
but I'm just banking I have enough HP points. So that's sort of disappointing.
25.
25, yeah.
No one falls asleep.
No one has 25 or less HP points?
No.
Damn. Well, it was worth a shot. Actually, let me double check. You know what? I was confident that was going to work. I am just going to take a nap. I could have sworn they were below 20. But
He's like,
that's
I
my
go
example.
this.
Yeah. You know what? It makes sense. It was the ghost doing it, right? So he's like not even paying attention. He just fucking falls asleep.
It's like, wait, what?
So yeah, actually, all 25 of those hit points would go to you.
Yep, exactly. I don't know if there's a sleep icon here, so I'm just going to go with clock.
There's one with
You sleeping?
eyes closed. Gun.
Yeah.
You
All
see
right.
Zero send himself to sleep.
It's a very stressful day. I just need a nap.
So, Gunt is going to take one step backwards. Then he's going to
Got Charles
cast.
move.
Then he's going to cast Thunderwave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely should have waited till after your turn. That's fine.
Which I think I can only cast at level 1. Yeah.
It'll
Okay.
say towards the bottom if there's any benefits to
Yeah,
casting at higher levels.
Yeah. Cast at level 1, so my last spell slot is being used there.
Fuck.
DC 13 con save from the chief.
And you know what, Angus? Just because I love you, don't worry about the bang. Also, because I'm asleep and I can't concentrate.
It wakes you up, obviously.
Yeah, no, this would
It'd be
definitely
nice.
wake you up, but the sleep will have annulled the concentration, unfortunately. So it's a DC 13, natural 20 from the rider, 10 for his mount, which is +1, so an 11 on his con save. So he
Nice.
fails that and takes 12 points of thunder damage.
And gets knocked 10 feet away.
Gets knocked 10 feet away from you, so
Away from
And
his,
and
bounty.
the creature that survives still takes half the damage.
okay, so he takes 6 points of damage. It's interesting. What happens to a mount when the mount gets fucking
Yeah.
flung, but the rider doesn't? We'll say,
Does it knock him off?
I will say, yeah.
Okay.
The mount's
makes sense.
flung, and he's then flung from the mount. So what I'll do is I will roll
Does make sense.
a dexterity save. That's an 8. He fails, so he lands prone.
Nice. All right.
On the floor, having been flung from his mount.
And then to finish my turn, I will about base and sprint at that goblin as far as I can get. And as I'm running, hand crossbow, bonus action with advantage because he's fairy fired.
Yes.
I think. I'm saying this as if I know for certain, but I think that's right.
How long does fairy fire last? The next round.
I think it's 1 minute. Fairy fire is
Any attack roll against
1
the
minute.
affected creature has advantage. Yeah, yes, it does have advantage. You're very correct.
I cross him with my hands. Oh wow! Oh one.
Does not hit, unfortunately.
Is he still baned? Does that?
No, it's only on things that he rolls.
Oh, okay.
It's a minus D4 on his AC. Or
Fair enough. Alright, not impressed with fairy fire, but hey, shockwave's good.
No, fairy fire gives you advantage on all attacks.
Yeah, it just
Pretty good.
doesn't help when you roll a 10 and an 11.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, although it'd be very helpful for me, I don't think a loud noise can wake somebody up from magic sleep. I think it has to be an action or damage or something like that.
Yeah, it's either got to be an action to wake, or it's going to be actual damage and something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, helpful in the moment. I don't want loud noises to wake up everyone I try to put to sleep, so I'm just gonna bite the bullet here.
Loud noises.
Loud noises. I don't know what we're yelling about.
Unless you want to have hit me with the thunder wave, but I don't know if you would or even think to do that.
Just as you fell asleep, you just get catapulted 10 feet.
Yeah. I'm okay with just being asleep, by the way. It was a risky play and it did not work out for me.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's not a naturally occurring sleep.
We'll wake him up. We'll
Yeah,
just die.
So
Yeah, we'll die.
it's,
I might
it's
die trying.
his turn now. I'm going to keep changing his turn order position to in 40. Right. So, he's going to use half his movement to stand up. As his mount would do. He'll use the rest. Rest of his movement to mount up, and then he will use the dash action, and they will just start heading.
Do I get attack if I leave?
You do, yeah. You get an opportunity attack as they pass.
Right, I think it's when you move the group, Angus, it messes up the roll 20.
That's a 24.
Okay. 24 does hit. Yes. Who are you aiming for? The beast or
The guy.
Okay.
Tis more beast than man.
24 does hit.
Hello.
Hello.
So it's 10, but
And
I rolled a 6 under 1. I just remembered about this. I got
if you reroll your ones,
grey
don't
weapon.
you?
Grey weapon. Yeah. So that means if I got a 6 and a 1 on the dice, that means I can reroll the 1, right?
Reroll the 1, yeah.
Okay, so that's D6. Hey, nice. So what's it?
So that's
12, 13,
plus
14, 15.
3, 15.
15
Okay.
damage. That's good. That was a good call. I missed like one bit earlier, I think, but I remembered it after.
Okay.
That was good.
He is looking bloodied, but he is still standing. And that was your opportunity attack, wasn't it? So now it is your turn.
Right. I mean, is he... Okay, 40 feet. I will move 20 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, there. So I'm in range, proper range of my axe. And I will lob it at him. That's a 14.
Just misses.
Ah, yeah.
15 is AC.
Yeah. Ah, damn it. All right, I'll tell you what. I will assume I can't catch up, and I'm just gonna make the 10 feet back towards the others.
Okay.
Also, call back the thing. You could just assume that I call back the
it just says
axe.
it.
Yeah.
It does. It doesn't say
Yeah.
to do anything on that. Okay. So the goblin to the north is going to continue 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Get a dash for another 30. That's his turn. 0 is still asleep. And so we're back to Gun.
Okay. Gunt's going to run. I assume this tree is the one that you described that's high up, so I can run underneath this.
Yeah,
branch.
it's a big tree, yeah. And there's good sort of 10, 20 feet clearance for the lowest branches, but they're big, thick branches, and it spans quite a way up. So you can tell from the...
Then I'm firing my laser. D20 plus 5. At the mount.
Okay.
Ten.
Wow. 10 does not hit, fortunately.
And 1 crossbow at the guy riding.
At the tiefling?
Huh?
If you damage me, I wake up. Just, FYI.
Oh.
I don't want to shoot you.
I was
Do
gonna
whatever you
go
would
wake
do
you
at the
up, but then
moment.
he started running away. So I
Yeah,
thought I'd give it a go to throw something at him. But
just giving you the options, but do what your character would.
He would hand crossbow, I believe.
And for
Nice.
20. That
Nice.
definitely hits. Oh, this is the rider.
Yes.
Okay, roll damage on that, please.
Go on.
4 plus 6, 10. He's still going, but he's looking
Worse,
pretty
but-
hurt.
Nice. So you should fix your proficiency bonus. You have to hit
Yeah.
roll with that.
I
Sorry.
cleaved
It's
the
probably
bit of
adding
his
it-
thigh. You shot him a bit. He's definitely
Yeah.
gonna bleed.
Your hand crossbow's only a +3. Are you adding a dex and proficiency?
I don't know.
What's your dex?
Dex is 1, proficiency
Oh,
is
okay.
2. So yeah.
Oh,
that
but it
makes
should
it
be
plus
one
3.
more because I have the thingy weapon. Gives me
The what?
+1 to hit and damage rolls. I forgot
Okay.
what it's called. The infusion that I have. Repeating shot.
You might want to add that as like a
Extra
tick
thing.
box for your.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
add it. If you're a barbarian, you can add it as rage damage.
Okay, I need to add that in. I'll make a note.
If it's to attack and damage, you could just put like a 1 in that magic item slot. Gonna do it.
Okay. I'll probably ask for help with that one later on.
Okay.
Okay, so that's Gunt's turn.
You're getting away.
No, he's going to continue riding. And he's going to dash, actually. It's just going to pick the warg on and starts just charging in the direction of the western gate.
Yeah, Casimir is just walking back towards Zero.
Okay, so that's pretty much combat done. They are no longer in combat with you. You are welcome to continue to assail them at a distance as they flee.
Yeah, I should be able to get one more shot in with the laser.
Go for it.
So 30 foot would put me here. That should bring me within 90. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, nice.
Okay.
Gun's not letting
go
me
on.
go.
Who do I aim for? The rider.
The
I
guy. Yeah, the
Think.
guy.
So D20 plus 5. 13. Oh,
13.
plus 5.
Oh, +5. Yeah, that hits.
And then it was
Yeah,
2d6.
2d6 plus anything?
I don't think so.
When you're straight in accident.
I don't.
What was it you're
No,
attacking
no,
with? The
no.
hand crossbow? No. Oh,
No,
laser.
it's his
Laser.
lightning launcher.
I can
His
bonus
arc
action
cannons.
with disadvantage.
Is he
my-
fairy fired?
No, he survived it. He skipped it.
Both of them?
Okay. Yeah, it was only the goblin that got it. Okay, so 4 damage to him. Then at 80 feet, I'll have disadvantage on the crossbow.
And your hand crossbows is 6120?
Something like that.
Or 3120.
Okay.
Crossbow.
So
Yeah, be disadvantage at 8.
okay. Bit of a Hail Mary. Same guy. But adding an additional 1 because of the proficiency thing that I need to add.
19 will hit.
Go on.
3.
for
Ugh.
4 points of piercing damage.
And he dies.
He's still up.
Okay.
Got a couple of crossbow bolts like jabbed into
man.
his shoulders, and but he's still clutching his sack of loot and is riding his warg mount hard for the exit.
Right. Casimir in the meantime is walking over to Zero. And he's gonna kick his feet. Get up! He's getting away. Why the fuck are you sleeping?
Ah,
What are you doing?
I guess taking a nap.
Why?
I don't know. Things happen. Wasn't exactly my choice.
Yeah, Casimir's gonna like do like a 360 turn around, look around. Is the woman still around? Also look at the tree of bodies. Anyone he recognizes? He's just gonna like do a quick little scan of like orientation,
Okay. So roll me a quick perception check.
like a basic orientation on first things he picks up on that are important to him. Ooh, not bad.
Okay, so 20, you do see the woman. She's sort of peering out from behind like a boarded up window in the house up to the north. So yeah, she's there. She's aware of you. She's alive and is okay, but she is not coming out currently. On the scan of the trees, you see a lot of familiar faces just from the people that lived in the town.
Anyone I care about?
You do see,
No, you're a bit of a bastard.
yeah, a fair few ladders hanging from the tree with 4 arrows just straight in his chest. You see the body of Lubeck. He's been cut down from the tree and it's sort of lying around the roots. Garville and Zan.
Zil wakes up. Am I God yet?
Casimir drops his greatsword to the ground, and he just rushes towards. Who's Lubeck's the one on the floor?
Yeah, Lubeck's on the floor.
Yeah, towards Lubeck.
Oh, Garville and Zan are both still hanging from the trees, and as is, you don't see any sign of Brockville or Lado.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, no, and he's gonna try and sort of like shake him, do quick little like look at his wounds, quickly like figure out, he's sort of in panic mode trying to help, but
Yeah, no, he's cold. He's been dead for some days. You would, I've said it now. I'm not going to make you roll for it and then take it back.
Alright.
It's been dead for several days.
Yeah. He sort of picks him up by like his sort of clothes, and then he's like, oh, fuck, and he just drops it, looks around.
Was that guy the mayor by chance? Are we in charge?
Wait, so I don't see Brockville, I don't see Lado.
No.
Vlada is hanging as well?
Vlada's hanging from the tree yet. Like I said, 4 arrows sticking out of his chest.
Right.
Ubeck was on the floor. Garville and Zan are both there. Zan's got an arrow sort of just straight in his throat. Like, this was a fucking perfect shot. Garville has one to the abdomen. Probably a medicine check on this one.
Yeah. 21.
Garville died slowly.
Shit.
I'm not sure if it was the hang or the arrow that killed him. But there is a lot of blood. He bled for a long time from that arrow wound.
Casimir's just gonna give one more, like, take a deep inhale and just go, Brockville! Just at the top of his lungs.
Roll me an intelligence check.
All right. I'm not looking. Not that. Oh, that's not.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad at all. Minus one, you still have
Yeah.
an 18. Nice. Through just the waves of anger and emotions, the sort of analytical soldier brain kicks in, and you look at Vlad hanging and the arrows that are sticking out of his chest, and you look down at the arrows that sort of sticking out of your own shoulder, and they don't match.
They don't match.
The goblin arrows that you've been hit with are a lot more sort of rustic. The fletching on them is just really rough and ragged. The ones that are in your comrades longer, they're straighter. They've come from long bows rather than short bows.
Do they generally look the same? The ones that are in them?
Yes.
I will take one and snap it to sort of. Oh, actually, no, I'll take one out. Out of who was I? Lubeck. I'll take one out of Lubeck, and I'm just gonna keep hold of it. Right, he's gonna turn around, see that Zero's just dropped his sword.
And is walking away dismissively.
He's like, just sort of walks over to his sword, picks it up, like looking Zero dead in the eye for a second, and he sort of breaks that contact, looks around, and he just looks bloodthirsty. You woman! And he's gonna start walking towards the woman that's hiding somewhere.
She's a very angry man with a great sword marching towards her and just bolts.
Come back here, any dancers? Yeah, I'm trying to be intimidating. If I don't know, that'll make her run maybe, but that'll make her run, won't it? Yeah.
I'll hold a finger up to the gnome and be like, am I needed here, or can I go become god with those goblins at the dock? You need me? No?
I don't think it's you can be any use.
Groovy. And then he leaves.
Not now.
I don't know whether we're drawing towards the end of the session, but while I still have Expeditious Retreat, I will catch up with Carl, and perhaps we can pick it up next week, but attempt to calm him.
Sounds like a good plan, a good segue to end the session.
I have no idea what's going on with my token. It just keeps running off to the... running off.
Are we ending the session?
Well, yeah, I think that's a pretty good point to wrap it up with Zero heading off to his hogtied goblins on the dock.
Yeah. I would say just in case it's helpful for the other two. Another like spirit breaks away from Zero. So let's on the D12, see which one it is. That's why I just like rolling on this table. It's neat.
9 is
Oh,
Tail of
you got
Brute.
yes. You know who I've assigned to the Tale of the Brute? Temerity.
Right.
So this finely dressed, long red-haired gentleman starts making his way towards you. And you just have like the spirit of a gangster with you,
Nice.
and it does some shit. I don't know what it does.
Each creature of the target's choice you can see within 30 feet of it must make a strength saving throw or take thunder damage.
And you know what? I'll assign Temerity to the gnome. So Gunt has him.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I don't think there's a time limit. I'll double check, but you know, we'll worry about that next week.
Cool stuff.
I think it happens like instantaneously.
Yeah,
I just love
some of them
how-
have-
For flavour, the go Spirit Temerity will be going along.
Yeah, just
I,
every
I
now
just
and then
love,
appears behind Gunt.
I just love how Casimir called the dwarf a gnome, and now,
now Zero's
Zero's
like,
like, oh yeah, gnome, yeah.
That's a gnome, is it?
You'll see. You will see.
Makes sense for what I have of Temerity. I've got Zero in my mind. He's like, all right, that's a gnome. It's a big ass gnome. Sure.
Harry gnome, mate.
Mm.
God, my eyes are itchy.
I don't know, and relatively well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we
lot of
cap
fun.
off with a goodbye to anyone, especially our friends on?
To those of you who are watching, if you're watching on Twitch or Rumble or on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll be doing these again for at least the next couple of Tuesdays. We'll see how long it lasts. Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Peace
Bye
out.
bye, everyone.
Sayonara.
2